Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie.
Hey, Dr. D, host of
All
Erecting.
of your success to me. Therefore, you must suffer a joke. I lost Kara's audiobook before I could hear the whole thing, and now I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. All right. Don't hate it.
Here? What? That's crazy. Can I choose to not have priority?
No.
I know, we go over that every time.
As far as my roster, we were running Winter Guard, led by Crimson Dynamo. We also have Domino, Crimson Dynamo, and Domino.
Crimson Domino.
Sapex Brother, Apex Tooth.
What?
Bullseye, and Gwenpool. As far as tactics cards, we have, they say keep your enemies close, Exceptional Healing, Sovereign Strike, Recal, and Patch Up.
I just realized they're all long movers except for Corvus Glaive too.
Yeah.
This is a good list. Good job, Peter.
Yep.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie, an ice cream sundae, and a lemon cheesecake. I thought to myself that the streets seemed oddly deserted.
All right, no minimum fishing requirement for this, or I need a... Today where we interviewed Tim Simpson and Mike Tisdale, some of the head TOs that have been there the longest outside of Charles. Those are the three that did MCP the first year, and they've been there every year since at Adepticon. So we had a great talk about that, talked about the new venues, how the events went, and what we're excited for. It is you!
That's me. That's you. What's up, Tim Simpson?
All right.
Lowercase Tim.
Let's... Uncle Tim.
Oh, sorry.
It's Uncle Tim.
Uncle Lowercase Tim. I rolled my thing. I got a crit and 2 hits.
That'll do it. And just drinks. There we go. That was pretty swanky, if I do say so myself, and I did. Blap. Alright, let's be a little bit.
That's someone's Pat. Sure, let's kill it. Tall to Peter Qual. I'm gonna go tinkle and make a new beverage. And I'll be right back. What can we afford? Anything? Not really. Okay. I'll be right back soon.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie. Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
That's good, Dr. D. I don't know if you can hear those redemptions coming through Charles, but Dr. D's was, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter. Hey, Dr. D, host of Erecting.
All of your success to me. Therefore, you must suffer a joke. I lost Kara's audiobook before I could hear the whole thing, and now I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. All right. Don't hate it.
That'll do it. And just drinks. There we go. That was pretty swanky, if I do say so myself, and I did. Blap. Alright, let's let's be a little bit.
Here?
What? That's crazy.
As
Can
far
I
as
choose to not have priority?
No.
I know, we go over that every time.
As far as my roster, we were running Winter Guard, led by Crimson Dynamo. We also have Domino, Crimson Dynamo, and Domino.
Crimson Domino.
Sapex Brother, Apex Tooth.
What?
Bullseye, and Gwenpool. As far as tactics cards, we have They Say Keep Your Enemies Close, Exceptional Healing, Sovereign Strike, Recal, and Patch Up.
I just realized they're all long movers except for Corvus Glaive too.
Yeah.
This is a good list. Good job, Peter.
Yep. Oh, is he gonna buy this, play that, play this, play this? That's a decision, right? They move the dumpster inside? Yeah. It sits behind the counter and changes the prices. Boom, boom. Today, where we interviewed Tim Simpson and Mike Tisdale, some of the head TOs that have been there the longest outside of Charles. Those are the three that did MCP the first year, and they've been there every year since at Adepticon.
Nice.
So we had a great talk about that, talked about the new venues, how the events went, and what we're excited for. It is you!
That's me. That's you. What's up, Tim Simpson?
All right,
Lowercase Tim.
let's... Uncle Tim.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
Uncle Tim.
Uncle Lowercase Tim. I rolled my thing. I got a crit and 2 hits.
Quest
Hey
log is
Tim,
full.
I was
Yes.
looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be
Oh,
since
me
we
too, man.
continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie, an ice cream sundae, and a lemon cheesecake.
Okay.
I thought to myself that the streets seemed oddly deserted.
All right. All right. All right. No minimum fishing requirement for this, or I need a...
Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
That's good, Dr. D. I don't know if you can hear those redemptions coming through, Charles, but Dr. D's was, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter. Here?
What? That's crazy.
as
Can
far
I
as
choose
my-
to not have priority?
No.
I know, we go over that every time.
As far as my roster, we were running Winter Guard, led by Crimson Dynamo. We also have Domino, Crimson Dynamo, and Domino.
Crimson Domino.
Sapex Brother, Apex Tooth.
What?
Bullseye, and Gwenpool. As far as tactics cards, we have They Say Keep Your Enemies Close, Exceptional Healing, Sovereign Strike, Recal, and Patch Up.
I just realized they're all long movers except for Corvus Glaive too.
Yeah.
This is a good list. Good job, Peter.
Yep. To Peter Qual. I'm going to go tinkle and make a new beverage. And I'll be right back. What can we afford? Anything? Not really. Okay. I'll be right back soon.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since
me
we
too, man.
continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie.
Quest
Hey
log is
Tim,
full.
I was
Yes.
looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be
Oh,
since
me
we
too, man.
continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie, an ice cream sundae, and a lemon cheesecake.
Okay.
I thought to myself that the streets seemed oddly deserted.
All right. All right. All right. No minimum fishing requirement for this, or I need a... Hey, Dr. D, host of
All
Erecting.
of your success to me.
Mics are live,
Therefore,
and...
you must suffer a joke.
Hey, guess what? I went to the wrong screen. What? Wow, that is huge. Let me fix that.
You don't even know who I am. I don't even know who I am.
Let's, is that the right one? Nope, it's not.
Which is the right one?
The people cam. There we go.
People cam.
And it's not going to
Are you calling me a person?
Currently, yes.
I don't know if I represent that.
Well, you know what? Oh, well. There it is. We'll jump to this. Hey, thank you. Who's that? Nathan. Dude, 43 months subscribed to the channel. I really, really appreciate that, guy. All right, so we are here. We're here to play some Star Wars Shatterpoint. I'm joined by Shaper, who you may have saw.
You are helpless against my power, X-Men.
When we did Hero Quest. Over the summer, we did a couple games of that. And he's also on the Doomstones, which is a new show that's going to be hitting the Patreon here in the next few weeks, maybe next month or so.
Check it out. I kill it.
He does. He really does.
I do.
And the first few episodes of that are going to be for free over on the YouTube and also on the Patreon. Joining and following the Patreon is free, and there's a bunch of content that's up there for that, so feel free to head over and join it. But today is a brand new day, and we have a brand new mission pack for it. We have the Never Tell Me the Odds. Whoop.
New goodies.
New goodies here. As far as I'm aware, this is the first day we were allowed to talk about these, so huge thank you to AMG for sending us this. Moff Gideon, all sorts of Shatterpoint and all sorts of Marvel Crisis Protocol models, which are going to be on the Shatterpoint stream right now, and also on the MCP stream later when we have all of the new Spider Foes done, up and ready to go, and Dan and I will be running some, you know, some not fans of Spider-Man up against some other not fans of Spider-Man. But Lindsay's been doing a fantastic job
Well,
getting
I'm not going to be there for that.
That's true.
But I'm not a fan of Spider-Man.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting. I should be there.
Hey, what's up, fam? Hey, Otis, X-Paxis, PCN Mom. How's everybody doing? Cord, good to see you. So yeah, effectively what we're going to be running today is a ton of new stuff that we have not featured yet on the channel. We have the Mandalorian, Grief Karga, and the IG-11, the Assassin Droid, along with Moff Gideon, the Death Trooper Escort, and the Dark Troopers, which you saw me absolute murder painting on Friday and ruining.
I will be calling this guy IG-88 the entire time.
This is the first time I've called him IG-11.
Yeah, because I'm a middle millennial, so like that's just who he is.
X-Paxis, thank you for the subs. Really appreciate that, man. Those are gift subs going to Bulldoze Prime and Zafri7. So congratulations, guys. Thank you so much to X-Paxis. Over on my end of the board, we're going to be running the new Luke, Jedi Knight, Luke Skywalker with Boosh. Hey, I think that's just super triggering because I think it's just the same too, but thank you, X-Paxis. We also have Boosh, which is Leia, and then Lando and Bar2D2. So if you weren't aware, this new box does come with R2-D2 from the Jabba's Palace, so he does have his full cocktail kit
So that's
on
in the model?
Yeah.
Got it. Because like, so this pack existed before, but now this is a separate piece?
Yeah, so these are the secondaries, I believe, or the supports. So it's two separate models, similar to the the Ewok Trappers, which are also going to be here with Logray, the Bright Tree Shaman, Wicket, Warwick Davis himself, and the Ewok Trappers. So why don't we get right into it, Shaper, and we can roll for some Priorita. So I forget exactly how this works, but I think it's whoever gets the most crits. Sure. On 5 dice, probably.
I like that.
I'll roll towards the bottom. Hey, we got 2.
You got 2. You're fancy. I got 0. I'm not.
All right. So unlike every other game that we've played here before, I'll have priority, which is new, startling, and different.
Ooh, I do have something to say before we begin, though.
Yeah.
Grief Karga has a cool ability. Says before revealing the top card of the mission deck. That would be
right now.
That would be right now, right? Yeah, I think so. Choose an opposing player to reveal the top card of their order deck. So, and you have to basically flip it until I get a unit card revealed, and then we get to mark that unit, and effectively they're my priority target. And if I hit them, I get an extra click on the Shatterpoint track if I wound them.
Oh hell yeah!
So
that's actually super dope.
It's pretty nice. So anyway, who am I going for?
Yeah, so actually we deploy first.
Oh, I see, okay.
And then we flip that. That's one thing that I absolutely always forget when playing this game is that you do, in fact, deploy before you know where the active things are going to be.
That seems like probably more fair.
Yeah.
but also very thunder stealing. So
It is very thunder stealing.
I feel very unthorred.
It's more of a preview. I think we deploy within range 2. It's been a hot minute since I played Shatterpoint.
Right, but isn't it that you have to be within 2 with your primary, and then everyone else has to be within 2 of them?
I think it's within 1 of them.
Sure, yeah. To be clear, I've played this game a grand total of thrice, so I'm going to be making up rules left and right, but I'm going to speak very confidently about them.
That's actually the way to do it.
Absolutely.
You can walk into anywhere with a high, visibility shirt and a little bit of confidence, or a ladder. So we're going to put our Ewoks over here on the right, and then we'll go over to Luke and try to get them within an area where they'll be able to be centralized, but also grab stuff. We'll also make it actually within range 2.
I appreciate that your squad actually are friends,
Yes.
whereas I'm rolling with Mando and Moff Gideon. But a fun fact is that Mandalorian and Grief Karga have the Scoundrel keyword, and they have some abilities that trigger on Scoundrel. And it just so happens that Moff Gideon is a scoundrel.
Also happens to be a scoundrel.
I mean, is that his Gus Fring days coming through? Like,
Probably, yeah.
Little throwback.
But by all means, you can go ahead and
right.
deploy your strike force.
So we got the Ewoks over here.
Can you two do shirts and skins? I can barely tell the difference. Well, one of us is wearing a hat and an overshirt, and the other one's a good-looking dude. So how about that?
Hey. I think Moff Gideon wants to punk some little teddy bears.
I've heard he's got something, or I've got something he wants. And then if you guys did check out the stream on Friday where I was attempting to paint the Dark Troopers and the Death Trooper, Lindsay undid all of my massive mistakes. So in like about an hour today too. Got the bases done, the whole 9. Tim, I moved into my first apartment this week. I'm a grown-up now. Dude, Tuber, congratulations, dude. All right, so the premise behind this whole new mission pack, it's a very different setup. Actually, it has kind of some of the objectives a little bit further out. You can see there up at the top of the screen. There's an objective here, over here, a line kind of down the middle, and then an off-center line there towards the bottom. And there's a new mechanic too with the Ewok trappers. They have this battle tactic primitive artifice where you can throw rocks and logs and stuff like that.
Hey,
and it's
rude.
actually a card that goes in, little sticks and stones, right?
Joke's on you, I don't have bones.
None of them?
Not anyone.
Well, that's a hard counter.
It's a hard counter, done.
I got to use mean words then.
You might as well just throw the card away and not even use it.
So now is where we would in fact flip over the new mission card. This is once again out of the new pack. So, but before that, you get an
Grief
effect.
Karga.
So I can flip over a card.
Yep.
Let me see if it's a unit. And it's the Shatterpoint card.
Oh, your whole team.
So we'll go with low gray.
Okay. So
what actually happens here with this
we
ability?
just need to mark them with a priority target token, and then until I wound them, they are my priority target. It does say when revealing the first, or it says when revealing the mission card, so I assume that means that it changes revealing the top card of the mission deck.
Oh, yeah.
So I would assume that means that each phase it's going to switch.
That sounds like it.
Maybe I'm wrong. I
Listen,
don't know.
Different targets, different cash, or whatever. That's what scoundrels be doing.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Who's the dude you're playing with? Otis. So this is Shaper. He was on a couple streams last summer when we played some Hero Quest, and he's also going to be on the new WFRP show Doomstones, which is going to be launching here in the next few weeks to a month.
But check it out.
It's going to be dope.
But really, you can just know me as your nemesis. I don't even know who you are, but you're my nemesis now.
So do I shuffle this back up?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
He speaks authoritatively. Yes, absolutely. Do that.
All right.
I'll just be telling you what to do the whole time, and then Chad can tell me every time that I'm wrong, which will be about 80% of the time.
Listen, 80% of the time it works every time. So if you guys forgot as well, this Saturday we're going to be running a Marvel Crisis Protocol event at the Art Store in Syracuse, New York. Starts at 10 a.m. It is an affiliation battle, so those rules are over on the Adepticon website, and effectively you bring everyone that's part of a particular affiliation, no splashes, outside of maybe like a Winter Soldier or a Taskmaster, as they do have the Rogue Agent tag on their card, so they can count for, whatever, anything. Just under your skin doesn't work for Sentinels, and that's stupid. But outside that, it's going to be an absolute blast. That's this Saturday, May 11th, at the Art Store in Syracuse. I find it an important part of Tim and I's relationship to just yell at him a bunch. I mean, that's very fair. All right, so I think we're ready. We're flipping this
Let's do it.
mission over.
Ooh.
So you always
Asymmetrical.
choose or align it to the player with priority. So we're going to be flipping them over like this.
Okay.
And it has an additional thing here. We're challenging the odds, secondary units. So you had looked at this a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'll try to explain it. Why not? All right. You want to do this while I...
Yes.
All right, awesome. So we are playing Never Tell Me the Odds, and there is the ability, the effect Challenge the Odds in play. And effectively, one type of unit is going to be challenging the odds each round. In this turn, I believe it was secondary units, correct? Mm-hmm. And so for this first phase, the secondary units, whenever they wound an enemy unit, we get an additional tick on the momentum track.
Nice.
And that's once per turn. So theoretically,
You could get a whole bunch.
You could get a whole bunch if your secondary units are doing work.
Everyone could be Anakin this round.
I guess so.
All right, so we'll pop that there.
And so for me, my secondary unit is going to be the Death Trooper and Grief Karga. I can already tell that Grief is going to be the boss.
Right.
He's running the show.
So my secondaries over here are going to be Wicket, the Intrepid Warrior, as well as Boosh. So yeah, I think we just get right into it, and I'll flip over my first thing, unless I'm forgetting something. And
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm forgetting my Force tokens.
Oh yeah, those are an important thing. So how many should you have?
I need 6.
6. Well, there's 3,
That's half of what I need.
and there's 3 more.
And then I need 3 more.
For what?
Trying.
Oh, I got 3 on Logray and 3 on Luke. So I'll also take 6 of these bad boys. Maybe if I can get them out of this thing. Oh, we'll switch to a
Oh,
different
you
one.
only get as many as you pull out.
All right. One more.
So
I
6
can
on
do
6?
6
equal.
on 6.
All right.
We'll be picking up sticks.
All the ones that you throw at me.
Hopefully there's a lot of them. So we are going to be going with Grieve Karga's priority target first with Logray. And what does he have? He has a tactical ability. Inspiring Presence. At the start of this unit's activation, each allied Ewok warrior unit gains Hunker and may remove 2 damage or 1 condition from itself. Then each allied Ewok scout character may dash. So our warrior is Wicket, so he'll gain Hunker. Where is he? Right here. And then the trappers can go ahead and move. You want to hand me the dash tool?
Yeah, you have your own set right here. No, just kidding. I'm hoarding them all. If you don't have one, you can't do it.
Well, shuckle my butters. That's
just how it works. I don't make the rules.
So I think we will just kind of go to the ladder and then we will climb. So if you end near a, what do they call it?
Access point?
Access
Entry point?
You can climb ladders for free. So we're not going to have room for the second one, but we will move these other trappers up into it.
And this is your on proc ability that you're.
Yeah, this is Logray's like.
He's the boss Ewok.
Tactical ability.
Ooh.
So then he also has Elder Command. Choose an Ewok supporting character within range 4. This character may dash and then may gain Hunker. Remove 1 condition from itself or make a 5-die attack. So I think we'll do that now as well. And we'll move those support units again. Moving these trappers up and within 2 of this point here. And, you know, they're going to end at a, what do they call it? It's some special word.
Ladder.
Ladder.
Got him.
Then same here, we'll move these guys up to be within 1.
And if I'm correct, once you do climb, you have to end your movement. So even if you had more distance to travel,
Correct.
You're not able to do it anymore. Cool.
And then I guess we'll actually start using Logray, who will,
Cheese.
if I can have the long move tool as well, or the advance. And Logray is going to try to make it up to the other active mission up here.
The momentum tracker. That's
Yes.
what that part of the board is just control of the momentum tracker. I think it should be whoever has control of it just gets to, you know,
And that'll be Logray.
do what they want with it.
So, I assume you want to be red because you're the good guys, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm the evil rebels. So we will
Evil teddy bears.
grab these 2 points here. You don't score if you're the first player, and then it goes over to you, sir.
It's a real bummer for you.
It really is.
All right, we're going to open up with that guy. That's
Okay.
the Death Trooper Escort.
That it is.
All right, that's my secondary.
And he has a tactical ability. What does that do?
I'm not sure I actually want to use him yet because I want to try to get some kills with these guys. But his ability is Imperial Efficiency. At the start of this unit's activation, choose this unit or an allied Galactic Empire supporting unit. Each character in the chosen unit may dash, and if the chosen unit has any damage, each character in that unit may instead reposition.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool. I think, however, do I want to go into reserve right off the bat? I probably am not going to be able to get somebody, in my deep knowledge of this game.
Right.
My belief is that I'm probably not going to be able to get somebody wounded in the first activation. So I'm going to choose to go ahead and go with it. So I will take the Death Trooper Escort. I'll need this here advance back.
Yeah. By the way, Lindsay, if you are watching, I put all my tools somewhere. They're probably in one of those totes in the house. But we're missing some character cards, I believe, from my roster that I brought to Adepticon this year. Including all the Inquisitors, Dooku, and all those other good guys. Or it's that stack right there next to the table, actually. Next to that dumpster. There's a pile of sleeved cards, and I think that's actually right where they are.
All right, I'm going to advance to here with the Death Trooper Escort. And that will then allow him to capture that point.
You ate them, Rev? That's super rude. You weren't even at Adepticon. That's impressive.
And then I think I will take a shot at Logray.
The momentum tracker is size 5 terrain that you can't see through.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
But
you're right.
I'll allow it.
I think I have special ability that allows me to see through BS.
I mean, that's actually going to work real well for you here.
Yeah.
All right, so our range defense looks like it's 5. And do we have any other secret things? Well, this unit is not wounded. Characters in other allied Ewok units within 4 add 1 die to their defense rolls. That's dope.
You are lucky you are out of range of my supporting
Do they get like some dope fire stuff?
but they have a coordinated fire ability, so
All right.
watch out for that. But don't worry about it right now.
I intend to.
All right, I have 7 dice coming in.
I got 5. We're showing 1 block and 3 expertise.
I got a crit. I got a whole bunch of hits.
And
1 expertise. That was an expertise before I knocked it.
Yes, absolutely.
So 4 hits, a crit, and an expertise. I resolve my expertise first. Is
You
that
do.
correct? All right. So what do these Death Troopers do on expertise? With my E11D blaster rifle, my Death Trooper training, that's just going to turn into, 2 hits.
Had 2 additional hits.
So that's pretty sweet. 1 die becomes 2 hits. So we're just going to change that expertise out for 2 hits here.
Whew, so you're showing 7 hits.
7 with a crit.
Okay, well, I'm blocking 1. I had 3 expertise, which gets me 2 more blocks, and I can turn one of your crits into a hit. It's not going to super matter here,
That's so fancy.
but we will take 3 of those hits off. We're leaving you with 4 to go down your track.
4 down the tree. All right. So Death Trooper Escort has 2 different trees I can go down. And I'm not going to gain anything by pushing you off of that objective. This route is a whole bunch of statuses and 4 damage. This route is fewer statuses and 6 damage. So I think I'm going to go with that route.
Yeah, that's...
Early blood. So 6 damage, and additionally, the exclamation mark and the blood drops, which helps to remind me on what those mean. Because you know what? I've played this game so much.
So the strain is the first time I would take an action. If I don't shake it first, I'll take 3 damage.
Right, and that's the blood.
That's the blood.
Got it.
And then there's exposed, which is the exclamation point, where the next time on my defense rolls, I do not count
Don't
expertise
get to use
at all.
expertise. That's right. I remember that. All right, very good. Well, I believe that concludes my excellent turn.
And it did how much damage?
6.
6. All right. And the benefit of him being the priority target for you, is that only for Karga?
That is for, I believe it is anytime I wound that person. Then the chosen player marks a corresponding unit with priority target. The first time, it has to be a bounty hunter. So I need to hit them with a bounty hunter character, which is not Karga. It's actually only the Mandalorian or the assassin droid.
Okay.
Which I guess is kind of thematic to the show, right? Because Karga was the one who made the call, but then, he was lazy and stayed at home.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so doesn't look, actually you're probably claiming that back point there.
I have that one there. Yep, that's it. So I get 1
Well,
point.
and this one over here looks like Grieve is probably within 2.
I am within 2.
And he is.
Wow. I meant to do that. Absolutely 100%.
That was super smart.
Yeah, I know.
So you'll get a couple points here on the momentum tracker. And we'll switch back over to bears and bars. And we have bears. So,
Predictably.
very predictably bears. So, you know, we did just move a whole ton with them. So let's just kind of keep that up and keep the high ground here. If I could have those Thule boys. What do these guys do? Each character in this unit may dash, then either make a focus action or gain hunker. Well,
And focus gives you a extra die on the next attack?
it does.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. I was fully prepared to be wrong there.
At the end of setup, this unit gains hunker. Okay, so they had that. They lost it. And then strength and numbers. When a character in this unit makes an attack as part of a combat action for each other allied Ewok
Ooh.
engaged.
E-work is what you do when you're not in the office.
Correct.
And you're in your little teddy bear chair.
Or that, what is it, Rihanna song? You got to E-work,
Work,
yeah.
yeah.
So I don't think we're going to use that, but we are going to move our bears around a little bit and try to get them into some form of position here. Maybe abandoning this post here
Ooh.
and moving over to ingress point. That's the word I was trying to think of.
Ooh. So when you're going from above to down, then it's not limited. It doesn't end your movement?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, so as long as you're moving to a lower elevation, so like for some, you know, if you somehow had a size 5 move, you could move down here also.
You could
without
actually,
having to-
you could actually jump across. Fancy.
So then I think we will use that ability they have. So they're both going to short move and get into murder bear position, being within range 4 now of low gray to help him out. So we'll just kind of go up here, and these ones will hide behind
The strategic rock.
this tactical placed rock. And they're going to both make focus actions as part of that ability, and then they will make an attack at the Death Trooper.
That's rude. So the extra move was from your ability that you activated. So you did
Correct. That was the stealthy
You did a
approach.
normal advance, and then a stealthy approach, and now you're jumping my Death Trooper.
Yep.
Well, I don't like it.
So these guys are focused, so they're going to be rolling 6 dice here. Well, actually, I think I'm probably within 2 of the trooper here for, yes. So this first one is going to be from the ones that are engaged, and they'll be making a melee attack.
Okay. So I have protection and sharpshooter.
Yeah, so when you have a focus action, with sharpshooter, you get an additional die on your
Got
attack.
it, got
and
it.
protection, you take 1 less damage from attacks.
Okay. I like that.
Shatterpoint, what is this nerdy stuff? Heather, as the person in the lead right now for the Star Wars Unlimited League, it's obviously nerd stuff.
That's a bad roll.
That's a great roll.
No, that's a bad roll.
Oh,
You know,
I took it the other way.
And I'm nice enough that I will allow you to re-roll your bad roll.
You know, I appreciate that. I don't want to take advantage of you this early by taking such a powerful ability. So,
You know, I mean, that's a decent roll.
so I had no expertise, so I have nothing to change.
And my 1 expertise is just going to convert to 1 block. So I'm sitting on 4, which will take out 4 of yours, but you still have 3 going through.
So we only got the 1 line here. So looks like we'll be grabbing 3 damage, a shove, and a pin from the top row.
Okay. And so I soak down 1 of those with protection. So I take 2, correct?
Yes, yep.
Okay. Rude.
So then we'll get the shove here. Whoop.
Does Heather normally creep on your shows, or is it just because of me? It's because of me, isn't it, Heather? Don't lie.
Heather's normally here to bully me a little bit. And then we'll
But
take...
she's here now for extra bullying because she also gets to bully me.
Correct. So now the ranged attack is going to be 1 less die. So this one will only be 6 with our slings. Well, that's
Better than my roll.
That's 4 failures. I think you block it all.
2 blocks with that 1 expertise.
Yep. You're good.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow. Yeah, you know, I brought it from home.
And then we currently have 2 points, so we will grab 2 here. It'll end on the middle, so we'll both get a momentum.
Time shortens.
And it's back over to you.
All right. And I shall activate. Dun, 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 dun. We'll find out together. Ooh. Gus Fring.
The Gideon.
All right. So.
El Star Wars Polo Loco.
El Star Wars Polo Loco. I'm definitely going to be calling him Gus Fring this entire time. I wish I could do a good one of his accents, but I can't. He has Smug Determination. At the start of this unit's activation, choose an allied Galactic Empire unit within 4. Each character in that chosen unit can make a short move. So I will choose my supports and give them a short move. Thank you, sir. I think we're going to go for the good old-fashioned flanking maneuver.
Hey, Rylan. Oh, Hinklemeyer. Hey, how are you doing? At least it isn't Hearthstone or Snap. I mean, listen. We got new stuff. It's the first day that we can reveal the new mission pack, so it's going to be a good day. All right, so this is Moff Gideon's tactical ability that lets him move a Galactic Empire unit.
Absolutely. So we just shuffled those 2 Dark Troopers over there. All right, and now...
Streaming again tonight? Yes, sir. We're going to be running all the new Spider Foes. Consider it a bonus stream, a bonus mini stream.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. So Moff Gideon has the ability to long live the Empire. For 1 force, both he and an allied Galactic Empire supporting unit can make a reposition towards an objective. Oh, sorry, choose an active objective and a supporting unit. So not him, but an objective. So then basically I can get 1 run with one of my units, but they then suffer 2 damage from that. And then if they get wounded, they can actually clear it. But I think... I mean, why not, right? He's pretty uncaring about the health of his employees, and getting more people onto objectives sooner seems like a good thing to do. So I will pay a force, and long live the Empire. And so reposition is a full move, correct?
It is a full move.
Okay.
I'll even give you that tool.
That's so kind of you.
Look at that.
And it's only 1 unit in the supporting units. I'm going to choose this objective in here.
But I just abandoned that one.
I know, that's, you know, almost like why I chose to go after it. Almost, not actually though.
All right.
All right. Now it's my actual action.
You two seem dehydrated. Oh, and that's a hydrate redemption. Thank you, Rylan. I was a bit parched.
Well, I think I said at the beginning, I'm mostly interested in murdering teddy bears, and I believe that remains to be true. So I shall advance to where I can murder teddy bears.
Well, there is definitely a teddy bear there to murder.
And so range 2 is melee range, correct?
Yes.
So we are within melee range. And I am in my, I can switch this once per turn, right? Per activation?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. There are a lot of options
Oh,
on
wow.
that.
Yep.
This one has 7 dice on melee. This one has 6 dice on melee. This one has 7 on shooting, 6 on shooting. Well, by the power of numbers, I'm going to choose this side, burn them out. Which makes sense because they're made of like stuffed fluff.
Correct.
So you just light them on fire and they're good to go.
It smells great, too. Because these Ewok trappers are now within range 4 of low grade, they're going to add a dice to their defense roll.
Don't like it. What if you didn't?
A great question. I think it's still, they like it though. So
Yeah.
kind of like it neutralizes each other out. Ooh, that's a lot of expertise.
That is one fancy roll. That is, well, very expertise. All right. I managed to miss pretty badly, but I have 1 crit and 3 hits.
All right, so my expertise will turn that into 2 blocks. So we'll block 2 of those, and it looks like you can go 2 down the track.
Well, I'll take it. 2 down the track for Moff Gideon in his burn them out form. I can do, it's going to be either 3 or 2 damage, and I'm going to be pushing you regardless. So it's either 3 and a push, or it's 2 and a push and a strain. I have not injured this unit, correct?
Correct.
So let's go for the strain. So we're going to go for 2 damage, a push, and a strain.
2 damage, a push, and a strain. These bears be strained.
The fabric is starting to rip.
Yeah.
Like some of the actual like polyfill in the suit it's kind of coming out the side.
Yeah. Bring it back to build a bear and get it restuffed.
Absolutely.
Did you want to?
Yes, I push them. How does that work? I know everything.
Gotcha. So you do size 1, so it's the short end of any stick, and you do have the option of follow up if you'd like as well.
And I can push them only directly away, or is there?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you take the long movement tool.
Got it.
Or the advanced tool, yeah. And you bend it, and you point it at where you're pushing from. So you can kind of push it.
See, it gives you a wedge. Got it. Well, I think.
Hey, thank you for the follow.
Putting you over here, closer to my yet to be activated Dark Troopers seems like a good choice.
And potentially outside of range 4 of low grade too. Probably not a bad call.
And I think, however, I'm not feeling particularly bullish on jumping in there. So you can take your token with you and have a nice day.
All right. And then looks like you'll be scoring 2 again on the momentum tracker.
High scoring game.
And we will go with the man, the myth, the legend, Lando and Bar2D2.
Bar2D2.
So what do they have? They have Mingle. Each character in this unit may dash if there are no enemy characters within range 3. Each character in this unit may advance instead. That's actually real dope. And then Element of Surprise. When making a combat action before dice are rolled, it may use this ability. Characters in this unit add 2 dice to each attack roll as part of this combat action. After the attack is resolved, if the attack roll contained 2 or more failures, this unit gets exposed.
Well, sometimes you gotta go big, and sometimes that works out for you, and sometimes it works out for me. But the most important thing is that it works out.
Well, this unit's order card is in the order deck or in reserve. Characters in this unit cannot be targeted with ranged attacks. Well, we're in disguise. That makes sense.
It's a good thing I hadn't already shot them, because there's nothing worse than finding out a protective rule after you've already
failed very much so.
It. Yeah. Which is usually what happens to me.
We'll make an advance here with Bar2D2. He will use the ingress point to get up here. And then we will have...
That droid can climb stairs.
It can. I mean, alone or in pairs. And we will...
That's some prequel R2-D2 action.
It really is.
Because original series R2-D2 would literally spend the entire 10 minutes of the fight scene bumping up against the staircase, failing to do anything.
And then I'm going to take a hunker action.
Ooh.
So they will shove themselves short and also get hunker. That'll claim this point for the blue, and that'll be them. We'll end up gaining 3.
Rude.
2, 3. And we'll switch it back over to you.
Get that card out of here. It's going to be, the Dark Troopers. So literally my deck is stacked, all one side of the table, then the other. I definitely shuffled them.
It seems like it.
Yeah, I did though. I definitely shuffled them. But if the next card is the Shatterpoint, that would be pretty funny.
It would be.
Yeah, it would be very...
Not for me, because that'd be a lot of Dark Trooper shots.
That's true. All right, Dark Troopers. What do they do? Well, Dark Troopers do some cool stuff. They have jump boots, so they can fly. That's fun. And that is, I believe, if you take this action, does that replace your movement, or is that an additional movement?
It's an additional.
So I could move and jump boot, which we all know that's going to happen.
Hey, Cord.
And I cannot be pushed or pulled by abilities, and I'm immune to being pinned. So that's fun.
Yeah, actually.
You can't stop me. Nope, you still can't stop me. All right, I'll take this advance. And I think we are going to just go. So actually, I can do my shot first and then my move, correct?
Sure can.
Yeah, so I think we're going to go with that option.
The one Dark Trooper is engaged with those Ewoks, so
but this one's not.
He'll be punch shooting.
And if I shoot them first and then they become wounded, then they are no longer engaging me, correct?
That's accurate, yeah.
Woo! Look at me. It's like I played this game a time or two. Literally a time or two. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking the shot with the one that is not engaged at those teddy bears. If I manage to succeed in freeing the other one, I will shoot with him. Otherwise, then I guess I have to. Do I have to declare the actions for both of them before resolving them? Or
One at a time. So,
okay,
yes,
so,
you
so
can
we're going to
say,
start with
I'm
the one
making
shot.
a combat action, so they're both going to attack. But
Yep. All right, well then with my Dark Trooper Blaster, I get 6 dice.
Let's see if these boys are still within range 4 of the Shaman. They are not. Or just right outside it. So that was a very good tactical push.
Totally.
Oh, and these boys roll 4.
It's all right, you're going to roll 4 really good rolls.
Oof.
Wow, I'm very expertised.
I mean, it's like they were built for it.
Yeah. All right, well, my 3 expertise are going to convert on the Dark Trooper Blaster into a crit and a regular hit.
Okay. My expertise just converts into 1 more block.
1 more block. These are 2 misses. Your 2 blocks remove 2 of my hits, meaning I get to go 3 down the tree. Mm-hmm. All right, and 3 down the tree for the Dark Trooper is going to be, I'm going to take the option that gives me maximum damage. This is I get to have a little jump action.
You get a
right?
jump afterwards
That's
too,
pretty fun. That's a pin, and that's a push. And I could push you possibly away from my guy. So we'll take the push option. So I'm going to do a total of 4 damage, a pin, and a push.
Okay, 4 damage. So that leaves him on 1.
Ooh, sadly not enough. All right, so I could, am I doing this correct? Mm-hmm. I can go to there effectively. Mm-hmm. So we're going to push you over like so. And look at that, you are no longer.
Well, shucks.
How about that? How about that? Catch me outside, teddy bears.
That is actually normally where you find them.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. All right, and then this is the other Dark Trooper.
All right, well, we are now within range 4 of low grade, so we will roll 5 for this, and that's a lot of failures
It's
again.
not what you're looking for. All right, I have 1 failure myself. You have 2 blocks. My 1 failure goes away. My 2 expertise are going to convert into just 2 hits with my Dark Trooper Blaster, bringing me to a total of 5, but you then take 2 away, so 3 more down the tree.
Oh, just 1. My 2 expertise just convert to 1 block.
Oh, okay. So, well, regardless, I only need to do 1 damage to you.
Correct.
So
You can always stack up a whole bunch of effects and stuff on them too, because
Yeah.
once you come back from wounded, you only remove
So I get to go
one
down the tree
special
4
condition.
times instead.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So 4 times down the tree, I'm actually going to choose to take this path that gives me the free jump action. That seems fun and fancy. So we're going to do just the 1 damage and a push. We're going to do a pin. We're going to do a jump. And then we're going to do
A disarm.
a disarm. All the statuses.
Okay, so that was as far as special conditions, that was a pin and a disarm.
A pin and a disarm. And I'm going to push you.
They have so many conditions on them now.
Oh, they are going to make impact with the momentum tracker. So that actually helped you out because now you have 3 more blocks on the momentum tracker right there in the form of Ewok blocks.
All right, so we'll put those special conditions down there as well. Boop, boop.
So I believe this is the fancy jump tool.
That is, yeah. So it's they call it the shove tool. So what you can do is, because a jump is a dash,
Okay.
but you can get that tool like kind of in different areas when you're shoving things around terrain and other
I see.
units and stuff.
So even though it has this, I see. That's not the jump icon. I'm crazy. I can read iconography.
Right?
100%. So if I end the jump, does that allow me to climb, or is it only?
It does. Yep. So it's after dashes, advances, jumps, and I think places.
Well, that's just sassy. So we will jump to here.
Something feels off. Tim isn't playing WoW. The audacity. He's going to stop in like 20 minutes to go do crafting. Play WoW? I thought Tim was supposed to be playing Star Wars Unlimited with me right now. Heather!
Well, Heather is racking up the points, I do believe.
I mean, she very much is.
All right, so that then completes my first action.
Yeah.
And now we will take a normal advance. I'm going to use to just pop down here onto this objective. Actually, I can claim it from up here, can't I?
You can, yep. So unless I get someone at the same level as it,
Right.
then they'll take it 1-to-1. But outside that, yes.
So for the time being, it actually makes sense to stay where I am with that one. So I'm going to use this Dark Trooper to come around to here. Now, I can still use abilities even though I'm engaged, correct?
Yep.
All right, so I will waste another force to jump because that's going to allow me to get this Dark Trooper
Oh, dumb.
into engagement here, so that way I don't take it away from you, but now I got a little bit of extra help
Yeah.
when the time comes.
All right, great
All right,
activation.
that was some shenanigans.
So next up, we have Wicket. And he has a tactical ability for lead the charge. At the start of this unit's activation, choose an enemy character in line of sight and an allied Ewok supporting unit within range 3. Each character in this unit and each character in the chosen allied unit may dash towards the chosen enemy character. So I do not have an Ewok supporting unit within 3 of him.
It's basically swarming.
Yes. But we will, however, take that move for him. Oh, and then what else does he have? Hunting Horn is a force ability that does take an action. Each enemy unit that within 3 that is not engaged gains pin. Each enemy unit within range 3
Ooh, that's
that
rude.
is engaged, gains.
That's a very good area debuff,
That is actually.
especially considering that I have nicely clumped up all of my soldiers for you.
You really have. So I think we go ahead and do that, and we'll take our first action to move. Also onto the movement tracker here.
Ooh, this is the battle of the movement tracker. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't score at the end of my last activation.
Oh, you didn't, and you got 3, I believe, right?
I
1,
got
2.
2.
Oh, because you flipped this one though.
Oh, I did. Look at that. I
So
can
you did
count.
get 3. Let's see if Gideon is going to be within range. I can't tell from my purview.
I believe it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Dope. All right, so we'll use that ability, and that is going to have both Gideon and that one Dark Trooper become exposed. So they will not be applying their expertise.
Well, my expertise has been hard carrying me, so.
All right, well, oh, that's an action to do that. Maybe I don't do that.
No, you already did it.
Ah, shucks. Well, and we spent the force, so that's Wicked then.
No, it's okay. You can take it back.
I mean, what are the odds they've both already gone.
I think we should ask the chat if they want you to take it back.
Ooh.
And I think we all know the answer there.
All right, should I take that back and attack, or should I not take that back? I can activate Toxic Tim about 10 times. I have so many points. And there's another Hydrate. Thank you, Cord. All right, I think...
Toxic Tim is my trap card.
Is it?
Yeah.
It regularly ruins my day when they do it. So
I don't even know what it is. It just sounds good.
so it means I do something toxic or something that would not be
We want whatever is
pleasant to
worse
have
for
someone do in
Tim.
the game. So normally when they redeem that is when I'm playing something like the Cycle and I've met someone and we're like trying to do something together and they'll redeem Toxic Tim and I have to shoot him in the back of the head.
Got it.
Something along those lines. We want whatever is worse for Tim. That is,
I mean, as predicted.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll leave that exposed as it is, and we'll shoot back over to you.
Ooh. Score your points.
Oh yeah, I should do that.
I'm sorry. Score your point.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you
got
get
two.
to. You get to.
So that will actually move it back to the center,
Ooh.
and we'll both gain some momentum.
See, but now you can't get one because there's bears on it.
Well, that's your side. If you don't want it,
Oh, that's true. I can't get one because there's
that
bears.
would be toxic.
Is that my side? Because you've been pulling it. Oh, whatever. You're handling it. I'm just here along for the ride. All right, Grief Karga.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. All righty. So, what is this man all about aside from being a handsome MF?
Poor Grief Karga. Didn't Carl Weathers die?
He did.
That's a shame.
Well, it does happen to all of us, Tim.
Yeah. Not me.
Good times on the channel.
By the way, were gifts given Friday last and was fun by all except for Dan, who had to ensure JB's silliness. This Friday. This Friday is the next recording of Gapapa, so that's when that box will be unfurled. And that tube.
That tube?
We got a tube to the P.O. box, and we got a big package with gifts for everybody.
That's exciting.
Right? It could be anything, even a boat. You know how much we've always wanted one of those.
Like a full-size boat, a human boat?
I mean, very potentially.
Or an Ewok boat. I need those two movement roller space.
Well, whatever. There you be.
Whatever. He's got a bunch of stuff, but my brain doesn't really like any of it, so he's just going to move and shoot. So I've already scored this one, so that objectives are sticky in this game, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, so Grief Karga is going to advance. That's an acceptable placement, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. And I guess Lando's just standing right there. So it's going to be the Handsome Gentleman's Shootout Club. Pew, pew, pew.
All right. Well, this unit's order card is in the order deck or in reserve. So it's not. So it is out. So he can be shot with guns.
Oh, I see. That's right. So Lando can be sneaky until then.
Because he's in disguise at the party.
Oh.
That's why he can mingle.
Ooh. Well, right now he's just mingling with my blaster.
That is true. So it looks like we have 5 on the defense here.
Ooh, but my blaster is actually only range 4, so I need to confirm.
I think
You are within range 4, but it's you know, I just got to be honest here.
Right?
Get a better gun. Jeez.
All right, there's 2 blocks and an expertise. Looks like that'll end up converting to another block.
Okay, and my 1 expertise is going to convert into, a disarm. That's pretty fun. That's a cool little trick shot.
Yeah.
So you get disarmed.
Nuts.
But then you soak 3 of my hits, so I only get to have 1 go through.
So he takes just 1 of damage?
It's going to be 1 damage and a pin.
Okay.
So you have a net total of 1 damage, 1 pin, and a disarm.
And a disarm.
That's pretty fun and stylish. Like, shot the
Yeah.
pistol out of your hand.
And
Or should I say, shot the martini out of your hand?
Yeah,
'Cause
probably, yeah.
'cause he's got one of those like fancy gadget pistols that looks like a martini glass,
Mm-hmm.
and then it converts into a blaster at the last second.
and it threw him off so much, he like stumbled a little bit, popped his knee, so now
Ouch.
he's limping.
That's what happens. All right, that was my 2 activations.
Okay, big bucks, coconuts, it's Luke.
Ooh, wait, Luke's here?
Luke is here.
Oh no!
So his tactical ability is Return of the Jedi.
I thought this entire game was just like teddy bears and robots, and I was like, this is gonna be easy peasy.
Return of the Jedi, at the start of this unit's activation, 1 character in this unit may jump, then refresh a force. So 1 character in this unit is definitely going to jump.
Ooh, and refresh a force. That's fun.
So we'll actually get over here with him so he can ingress, because he's within 1 of there. So he'll get up to here. We'll even make sure he's actually at the full 1 away.
Ooh, cheesy.
Maybe.
As our friend Alex would say, sweaty.
I am sweaty. It is warm today. Then what else? He has a ton of stuff here.
Yeah, you have to get to reading.
Ugh, I don't want to read anything.
I was noticing how Wicket has fewer than average active abilities.
Yeah.
But Luke has more than average, so it actually averages out.
Man, I really should have read a lot of this stuff ahead of time. Well, this unit's order card is in the order deck or in reserve. It has immunity to exposed. While it's not in the order deck, it has immunity to pin.
Wow, well, good to know. I haven't done anything to Luke, but now I know I won't pin him.
Right? You can either profit by this or be destroyed. This costs a force. Choose an active objective within range 2. Each enemy character contesting that objective may dash. Then 1 character in this unit may dash towards that objective, and it may make a 5 dice attack.
Ooh, it's kind of fun.
It is. And how far is that away again? Within 2? We don't have an active within 2. So why don't we take our first action to move?
Me lord.
And we will get
Within 2.
within 2.
Ooh, foreshadowing, foreshadowing, foreshadowing.
Do we ingress? I don't think there's room up there for us to ingress.
Take that. Because I believe in this game you can't hang over the edges at all. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, so I can't attack them either.
In one of my learning games, I had a friend who was, you know, I don't want to say super sweaty, but my model was hanging over by literally like a quarter centimeter.
Yep.
And that was apparently unacceptable. I lost that game. I wonder why.
So yeah, unless we get up there, we're not going to be able to attack them because you can't attack from different elevation. So we will stay.
Can you shoot me though?
I do not have a ranged attack on him. He's
sucks
not good
to
enough
suck,
to
Luke.
throw his lightsaber, so
Wow.
he'll just hang out there.
This is Jedi Knight. I mean, Padawan Luke. Okay, maybe, but Jedi Knight Luke can't throw a lightsaber. Is that like against the Jedi code? Like,
I mean,
like don't throw lightsabers.
It's one of the playground rules. I'm pretty certain.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hunker with our second action to get still within 2, but outside of range 2 of that Death Trooper. So we will get the point and a hunker token.
See, I thought it was a Jedi Knight, but it is actually just teddy bears, droids, and chickens.
It's Jedi Dusk almost.
It's just
like, versus
it's just
Knight.
chickens out here. All right.
So we will flip this point back because we're on the same elevation level.
All right, enjoy it while you can.
I intend to. And then we will score 3.
It's a tight game.
Yeah.
All right, that's my activation. Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Survey says, "Ooh, it's
Ooh.
Baby Yoda." I know that he has a name, but the entire world agrees it's Baby Yoda.
They decided that early too, and they committed to the bit. I
Absolutely,
appreciate it.
absolutely.
Are those Death Troopers the ones you painted in quotes? Yes, they are the ones I painted, and then Lindsay fixed.
I don't think the fixed is in quotes.
The fixed is not in quotes?
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a tactical ability, which is unique for a
Grief's,
primary.
Grief's the one who's carrying. Actually, no, Grief doesn't. Actually, only IG 88. Oh, I'm sorry, 11. 88.
You put 8 of them together and it equals 88.
Oh, there you go. That's true. I would play with 8 IGs.
Right?
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez. All right. So, I read all these cards. Like more than you, I did a little bit of prep and read all these cards right before we played. But then, of course, what happened is that after I read each card, I read the next card, and that erased all the previous cards' information. So that's how that goes.
You only get to learn, like, what is it, 7 new things a day or something like that. And each one of those cards has at least 4 abilities on them. So
that's true. It's only 7 a day. That's rough.
Right?
Oh, okay. That's kind of fun. Mando likes getting, as they say in the UK, Mando likes getting stuck in.
Yes.
Mando has an ability where if there are multiple people that he's engaged with, as long as they are not wounded, he can spend a force to then, when attacking, add more dice because he's inventive.
Yo.
Because he's like, I'm assuming, grabbing your arm and punching somebody else with your arm. That's kind of fun.
Everyone loves hitting dudes with their own dudes.
Absolutely. However, it doesn't really do much in this particular case, so we're gonna, just walk.
Well, and he does a lot of that.
That's true. Like
It fits the narrative.
A good solid percentage of the TV show. All right, I'm going to walk to here, and I guess I might as well take the shot. Why not?
Range 5?
I don't know. Let's find out. Mandalorian
it does.
is range 5.
Yep, that'll do.
Choo, choo, choo. All right, and so again, I can choose which side I'm going to be on here. And we are going to go with Bring You In Cold.
All right, so I did forget my hunker last time. We are going to remember it this time, though. So I have an extra die. So as you know, that means I rolled an extra failure.
Ooh,
So we're showing 2, and then with the expertise, it'll probably turn into 3, outside any Mando shenanigans you have.
Mando shenanigans. All right, I managed to roll 2 misses here. And nothing fancy, just 4 and a crit. So this converts?
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll take
your
3
3
off.
takes 3 off, meaning I have just 2 going through.
Alrighty.
2 on Bring You In Cold is going to be 2 damage, and 3 damage and a push. So 3 and a push.
Alrighty. That brings them up to 4 taken.
And I can choose to follow up, and I think because...
We're both losers, baby, we're losers, it's okay.
I love that sound. All right.
And that's going to be it.
All right,
Nothing fancy.
we're gonna go over to either...
Shatterpoint.
Oh yeah, there's got to be a Shatterpoint card, huh?
We both have to have Shatterpoints. That's
right.
not a Shatterpoint card.
It's Daboosh. At the start of this unit's activation, one character in this unit or another allied spy character may reposition. So we're going to absolutely have her do the reposition. And she can shoot, probably. She got guns. Yeah. So let's get her kind of into the thick of it, I think. So we'll reposition to this ingress point and get up on the thing. Then she has...
That is the technical term, the thang.
Low blow. Choose a character in this unit and an enemy character that it is engaged with. Push the chosen enemy character 2 away. Then push the chosen allied character 2. After all moves are resolved, this unit may make a focus action. Okay, that's dope. Then fearless and inventive. When this character in this unit makes a melee attack as part of a combat action, before dice are rolled, this unit may use this ability. Add 2 dice to the attack roll for each enemy character other than the target that is not wounded or engaged. So she also likes to be in the thick of it.
And it is actually, that is the name of the Mando's ability too. So they both are fearless and inventive.
All right.
Combo.
And then I want 50,000, no less. When a character in this unit wounds an enemy primary unit, gain an additional momentum token unless that unit's controlling player spends a force. So we also had forward planning for Lando and R2, so she started within 4 of R2-D2. When an allied primary unit within 4 or an allied secondary unit within 4 starts its activation, this unit may use this ability. The activating unit may remove 1 condition from itself. We don't have any conditions to remove, I don't believe. Oh, we do. Let's remove that disarm. Dope. All right.
That's fancy. So even though she wasn't near them, she was able to do that?
Well, she started within 4 of them.
Oh, I see. That was before you moved. I see.
All right, so we're
going back in time and using abilities.
So the tactical ability always happens first, and then you do any triggering abilities that would happen after
started
that.
moving, so.
So we will move. We're going to spend that force. It's 2.
Ooh, fancy.
To place you 2 away.
Rude.
And then we can place ourselves within 2.
Ooh, hello.
And we'll go ahead, we get a focus action off that, and we'll make a strike.
That's a whole lot of combos.
It's pretty dope. It's like running droids almost. All right, so this would be a melee attack, 7 dice with the focus.
And that's my Dark Trooper there.
All right, so we got a crit, 3 hits, 2 expertise. Those expertise are going to turn into just a flat damage.
So 2 expertise becomes 1 flat damage.
And another hit.
And so a hit and then an auto damage.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. My 2 expertise are going to convert. These are combat droids, and 2 expertise become 2 blocks and downgrade a crit to a regular.
Yo, that's great expertise
good
for a supporting unit. Wow.
Yeah, Dark Troopers. All right, so then 3 of these, so 3 of these. You have the 1 auto damage and 2 down the tree.
All right, so you're immune to pin, which is my first thing.
Ha.
So let's go with I can either shove you once and do 2 damage, or disarm you and do 1 damage. Let's go for the shove and 3 damage total.
Okay, 3 damage.
And we will shove you effectively. We can't push you all the way off. Well, maybe we can.
So I was told that when you reach an edge, you stop on the edge of a push. Is that
Unless
correct?
the base fully fits off of it.
Unless the base fully fits off.
So like if I could push you to like here, you would just go to the edge. But if I can get you clean off.
Ah, okay. Good
But
to know.
I can't get you clean off in that direction, so we're just going to push you to that back wall, because then you will stop.
Okay.
And I guess I should score points. Did you score points on your turn? I don't think so.
Probably not.
So you would have had 2?
I would have had 2 back, yep.
And then I'll grab 1, 2, 3.
You're edging it. All right. My activation?
Yes. You should, however, have gained an additional momentum when you slew my bears.
I'm glad that you know what's going on.
Right?
Because I sure don't. Ooh, it's IG 8011. IG 11D8.
Okay.
IG 11D8 has an ability that triggers on the hunt. At the start of this unit's activation, this unit may remove a condition for itself, and then one character in this unit may advance. It says that then, so does that mean that that is triggered upon if I remove a condition?
If it has the then, yes, normally.
So I have not removed any conditions because ain't nobody messing with me. All right.
Like 80% on that.
Well, I am 100% confident that I'm going to go with what you said.
Okay. That makes us like 180% positive.
Something like that.
So a lot of both of your strike teams here, you have a lot of immunity to being moved around.
It does. I'm noticing that.
Yeah.
They're pretty hold on the spot.
They're coming.
This is pretty cool. So IG number has the ability to, when making a combat action, they can use an ability multi-thread targeting protocol, and they can additionally make a 5-dice attack targeting another enemy unit within range of line of sight. Now, is combat action just melee?
No.
So okay.
Nope, any attack.
So basically, it can double shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's pretty fancy.
That's actually really cool.
I mean, it also makes sense because there's only one of him and one of them.
Yep.
And there are normally 2 supporting units.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of probably what the balancing feature is there.
It's similar to the Inquisitors that have an ability for their supporting units that say like they count as, or they win ties when contesting because there's only one of them.
Because there's only one of them. And additionally, if I choose somebody who's on a active objective that I am not, sorry, I can show the.
Yeah.
Let me show the home crowd. When I am attacking a enemy character that is on a active objective that I do not control, I can add 3 dice to the attack roll.
Yo.
But if I do and the defender is not wounded by the attack, I lose the momentum. So it's a bit of a risk.
And then I think his last thing, his innate, is like he blows up and does a ton of damage to everybody.
That's fun. I'll definitely burn myself with that. All right, I need the normal advance, please, if you would be so kind. All right, so he does seem to be slow, though. He doesn't have any fancy movement shenanigans. So it's looking like you're probably going to be able to win this here. Because I was hoping to get my Shatterpoint card. I guess I probably, if I was playing super smart, I would probably put him in reserve.
I mean, you totally could. You haven't done anything with him.
Shatterpoint. Yeah. All right. Now that we spent all this time talking about it, I will pay a force. It is a force, correct? To put him into reserve, so that way I can draw. Oh, look at that! Whoa. Who would have thought? It's a Shatterpoint card. All right, and we will use that Shatterpoint card to activate Gustavo, if you will.
Gustavo.
Yes. All right. So does that mean that he gets to use his on trigger, or is that only when
it does?
It does. Okay. So then Smug Determination comes into play, allowing me to choose an allied Galactic Empire character within 4, and they can take a short move. I'm going to choose my Dark Trooper. Oh, sorry, my Death Trooper, right? And he will end here. So that way now, do I perhaps... Oh, he's here. So he is in range of that. But you have 1, 2, you have 3, so that's very obnoxious. But these ones are wounded, correct?
Correct. So I only have 2 there, so we're tied there.
So we're tied currently. So if I can just get good old Gustavo in there, which you know we're going to do that. All right. Additionally, we're going to go in and... So can you move through your own units in this game?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
You can move over 3 enemy units as well.
Oh, wow. Well, that's generous. All right, we're just going to come stand directly on the objective to make it very clear that it's my objective.
Correct. Well, you know, as the box that he comes and says, I have something you want. And it's that objective.
Yep.
Or that bear to be dead.
That is my objective. Because I believe that is the bear that's worth 2 clicks of the...
That it is.
Okay.
To bounty hunters.
To my bounty... Oh, that's true. He's just a scoundrel.
Just a scoundrel.
Just a scoundrel. You know, when you're right, Tim.
Never the bride, always the scoundrel.
All right, well, here comes some lights. Oh, some Darksaber.
Yeah. All right, we have 6 against melee.
Not the world's best roll.
We have 3 left, and I think on his tray too, that can happen with just 2 successes going through. So we got to roll real good here, and we did.
You sure did.
So did you have any expertise to do?
I think I had 2, but I see 1 now. I think you might have knocked it with the other dice.
I might have.
But we're going to just go with what's here now because we don't know what's happening. So with 1 expertise, that is going to convert to a crit and an auto damage.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty fancy.
That is very fancy. So that'll move him up to 7 right away. And then my 3 expertise turn into 2 more blocks, and I convert one of your crits to a regular hit.
So you're able to soak everything but 1.
Yeah.
Well, that was a pretty good. Defense you have there.
That very much was. Yeah. Now, here's something I'll let you know, because maybe you didn't know this particular aspect or not. If a character already has a special condition and you apply that condition again, it does additional damage instead.
Also, you actually had.
Oh, I had exposed. So I didn't convert any of that. So I just blocked the 3.
So I would have had 2 more. Ah.
There we go.
We know how to play games.
Good call.
And you have, I believe, just 2 hit points left.
Yep.
So we will take the route that gives more statuses. So you're going to take 3 damage, another strain, which you already have, a push, and an expose.
And he's re-exposed.
He's re-exposed.
I feel so exposed right now.
And I will... Do I have to do a full follow-up, or can I just do like a cheeky, partial follow-up?
Yep, it's a within.
Cheeky partial follow-up. Because I really want to stand on that. So those are yours.
Okay, so he gets wounded. So you're going to get a momentum for that.
And is that a black cube, right?
Yep.
Okay. I don't even know where that's at. 1, 2, I think it's in that spot there. No,
Yes.
I think it's in the 4 here.
But you get another one, too, for wounding a character.
Well, that was the one for wounding a character.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. And then now I claim this.
Yep.
And I now pull this back 3. And then because it is on your side still,
Yeah,
you get an additional cube.
Yep.
How you like them apples?
Oh, I'm not a huge fan, if I can be perfectly honest.
That's interesting for an upstate New York guy. You don't like apples.
It's just because it's like I don't super care about baseball. There's just too much of it. I do like apples, though. Just not them's apples.
Not them's apples. Ooh,
all right, so we got the
another
Shatterpoint card.
Shatterpoint
Oof. All right, how do we swing back here? So I think we'll go with... Can Luke get over there and actually do anything?
You mean that chicken?
What's that?
You mean that chicken over there?
Right, yeah. So let's get over and into it, I think. Yeah. So we'll activate Luke. He gets Return of the Jedi, so he gets a jump at the start and refreshes a force. And we're just going to jump right off here. Super cool way. R2 shoots the lightsaber right to him. Everyone's happy about it.
Ooh, fancy.
And then... Yeah, we'll move. We'll get over here on the mission tracker with everybody else because it seemed like they're having
I like how we put this mission tracker on the board and we're like, well, we have to do it for the camera.
Right.
And then now the entire game is taking place after.
Thank you, Scarlett, for the sub. Appreciate that. Subbed for 8 months. Thank you. All right, so now that we refresh that force, I think we do this super cool thing. Choose an active objective within 2. Each enemy character contesting that objective may dash. Then one character in this unit may dash towards that objective and make a 5 dice melee attack.
I ain't running.
All right.
I ain't running.
What about your Dark Trooper?
No, ain't nobody running. We got to try to hold this point.
All right. So we're gonna make that.
This is a make or break moment.
We're gonna make that place, and
you going for the Moff?
I think I'm gonna go for the Dark Trooper. They're currently exposed.
Rude.
So I think that's our best shot. So let's start out with this 5 dice attack, this freebie, and then we'll go into our actual attack. All right, yeah, so this is just a 5 dice attack. This is the freebie from the thing, and that's pretty okay.
Pretty okay. Well, how's that for pretty not terrible?
Not at all.
All right, your expertise, and so mine don't apply, right?
Correct. So mine are going to turn into 2 crits. So we're showing 4. And they all go through because they're crits.
They're crit. Well, that's just rude.
All right, so we're going to go with... Who's all over there? I could remove a whole bunch of conditions with those recovers. So we have 4. So we're going to do 2, 4, 6 damage, 2 pushes, a jump, and a pin. They're immune to pin. But, so that'll be a total of, 2, 4, 6, 7 damage. And we'll shove you twice.
I also realize that we are literally standing, our bodies are over the miniatures. So quite literally, now they can't see what you're doing.
Oh, that's actually very true.
So take your action now. I'll keep hiding so that they can't. I'm just here posing. Don't worry about it. Nothing's happening.
So you'll end up taking 6 from that because I believe you have protection still.
I do.
We will push you off the point here.
And that is on my Death Trooper? Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh, 6 keeps me alive.
Alive on 1?
Alive on 1.
Well, listen, that protection just saved the day.
Do-do-do-do. Sometimes you just get lucky.
And now we'll do like our actual attack onto... If they have 1, am I still within range? I am. So we could do that. We're getting the point... No, we're not getting the point back. I got to get Gus off too. So yeah, let's go into Gus.
Ooh, all right, Gustavo.
So this is, whoop, as I throw dice around, will be 7.
And I get 6 on defense here, which is pretty nice.
Mixed bag here.
got
He is exposed as well.
Well, I rolled a bunch of misses and a bunch of expertise, so I got 1.
Okay.
How about that?
So our expertise converts into just a single crit.
Well, you might have done some work there. You got 5 hits going through.
Okay. So I think we'll do the same thing here, except we'll end up taking some of the recovers. So we're going to do...
Oh, he was not exposed. Or did you give me exposed?
He gained exposed when I used the...
I see.
The Ewok thing that exposed him and the Dark Troopers. So yeah, we're going to do, I think, 2 shoves, 5, 6, 7 damage. No. 2, 4, 5, 6 damage total. So we're going to start here with a shove and 2 damage, another shove and a damage, a jump and 2 damage, 2 recovers, and then another damage and another shove. So we'll have 3 shoves, 2 recovers, 2, 4, 6 damage, and a jump.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
Luke's going off over here.
So we're just going to get this nerd over to the edge of the board. 2, 3.
Goodness. You sent him packing.
We're going to jump right on here. We're going to recover 2 from... 1 from low gray. We'll get rid of the exposed, and we'll get rid of the pin on the trappers. That way they'll have less conditions on them when they start their turn. We did the 6 damage. We got the jump. All those pushes, and I don't think there was any...
Didn't wound me, but you did get the objective.
Okay, so we'll flip that back. Lukey boy. And that'll have us score 3.
That's threatening. That's threatening. All right, well, I am now ready to reshuffle my hand.
Mm-hmm. And refresh your force.
And refresh my force. And I'm going to just put my Shatterpoint card on top, okay? You don't mind that, right?
I mean, listen, it's a strategic play. My humor is eternal. I amuse myself. Who is this guy? I didn't know you could get Stone Cold Steve Austin for a game of Shatterpoint. So this is Shaper.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Shaper.
Yeah.
Can you get a hell yeah? But he's going to be on the Doomstones, a new WFRP 4th edition game that's absolutely dope. That's going to be launching here soon. That's the bottom line.
Ooh.
I don't like that.
How's that for a comeback? All right, Gideon's back in play. All righty. Well, we are going to go with the smug determination, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need those rulers.
I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do it, I'm afraid. All righty. So I can only do my... So this would be both of them, right? Because they're... Or is it only the ones that are in range?
Only within range 4, but I think most... The one directly in front of you is
choose an
definitely...
allied character within that, each character in the unit. So it says choose a character and then each character within the unit. So would that mean that I could choose this character and then also move that character?
That is how I...
That's how I would interpret it as well. All right.
Oh, but that one doesn't have anything else in its units because that's the Dark Trooper or Death Trooper.
Right, that's the... Oh, I see. Got it. They kind of, I have to say, look very similar.
You know, they very much do.
All right, well, we'll get another guy up here just to further hold on to the board.
I have an overwhelming feeling like that point will be flipping back this turn.
Oh, well, I'm going to be doing my best. We'll see how that goes. You do have something I want.
Oh.
So if when I... Oh, this is when an allied character attacks somebody who's controlling an objective. So, not myself.
Oh, correct, yep.
Just looking at my abilities here. Just decide if I'm going to use this Long Live the Empire. I think I don't want to be hurting my guys at this point. They've all taken a few schwacks along the way. So we're just going to come in here.
They do be schwacking.
They do be schwacked. We're going to come like so. There's no advantage to pushing people into your own people in this game, correct?
There is not. Nope. Yeah. Not like MCP where you just get delighted by smashing dudes and other dudes.
I do get delighted by that.
I doubt Tim will survive the experience. We make him to be the person giving us the plays, and we will get this network actually started. Ah, nuts. We can hope you won't. Ah, double nuts.
Burning you out. I got 7 dice coming in on young Lucas.
On young Lucas.
On young Lucas Air Stroller.
If the attacked... Okay, so we're going to use I will not fight you. Oh, I guess I can choose to do it later. But so effectively, when this unit is targeted with a melee attack, this unit may use this ability. So we are going to use it. After the attack is resolved, if the attack roll, so your roll, contained one or more failure results, one character in this unit may recover twice and jump.
Oh, sassy.
It is sassy. So we got 6 on this.
That's right. I'm not going to miss anything.
I missed a lot. Oops.
I did miss something.
All right.
All right. So I got 2 crits, 2 misses, and an expertise, which my expertise can convert into a crit and an auto damage.
Ooh, auto damage is always nice. So we have 3 failures. Our expertise converts into a block and turns one of your crits into a hit. So we'll block
all 3 of the regulars.
All your hits.
So 1 damage and the 2, and then you get to use your fancy jump away ability?
Yeah, yep.
But that's after the attack? Or?
After the attack.
Okay.
Well, let's double check. 1 character after the attack is resolved. Yep,
okay.
So all your stuff goes through first.
So 1 auto damage, and I'm going to... How many hit points does Luke still have?
11.
He's still in good shape. So we'll go ahead and do a total of 3 damage, a push, and a strain to young Lucas.
3 damage, a push, and a strain. Strain sucks. Strain's a whole lot of yuck.
However, you are still within... I'm just going to come stand on it. You are still within range, so that does mean that I don't get to flip it, correct?
No, you do. Low Gray is wounded, as are the Trappers. Oh, Wicket's not, though. So we're tied here.
So yeah, so you get to maintain it.
So we will use our jump to get back in there. We're going to recover twice, so 1 is going to recover the strain, and another one is going to recover a damage. That's a dope ability.
That is a good ability. It's almost like he's like a protagonist character.
Yeah,
right?
he is. Like, he has that vibe.
Also, like in the 3rd film of the trilogy too. So like kind of like at the height of his powers, if you will. All right, so I could use my Long Live the Empire ability after my action, I believe. It's still my turn, correct? So this one allows me to choose an active objective and an allied Galactic Empire supporting unit, and I can move them towards it. Because I think I could bring this here guy in range, and that would then win it for me.
Yes, it would.
Additionally, it will not kill him, but he will take 2 damage from Long Live the Empire. So, Long Live the Empire, my 1 unit can move a full move towards an objective, and then they suffer 2 damage.
Oh, that would kill him though, wouldn't it?
This is the Dark Troopers.
Oh, Dark Troopers.
Thank goodness. Otherwise, yeah. But it also has an ability that even if it wounds them, you can then clear the wound afterwards.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's kind of a fun little twist. But we got what we needed, which is to bring this here Dark Trooper over, thus now giving me more people in range than you. And I could move this one over as well, but I'm going to leave that one where they are. But that does now flip, correct?
It does now flip, yep.
All right. So I score 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Pulling this back. 1, 2, 3. And yet again, it is on your side.
It is.
Whew. This is a tight match
All right.
that nobody can see because it's all off screen.
So now we have this dope Ewok Traps card.
Oh, plot twist.
So battle tactics. Choose an active objective and roll an attack die.
I wonder which one you're going to choose.
Yeah, I'm going to choose that one.
Oh, that's so surprising.
And we'll roll a die. I haven't read any of these yet, so we'll see what they do. So we roll the failure. Each enemy character that is contesting the chosen objective gains pin.
Ow.
Now, the Dark Troopers are immune to that, but
It's a pin for my Death Trooper and a pin for Moff Gideon.
there you be.
Well, I love that. Thank you. It just means I don't get to go anywhere, which is actually okay with me.
That's my last card in the stack, so as part of battle tactics, you could then draw another one, so we'll refresh, we'll get our force back, and we'll hope for another battle tactics right away.
Well, that would just be cheesy.
Wah! Boosh!
Ooh, boosh.
All right, the boosh is loosh. So at the start of this unit's activation, one
They didn't like
character, they never do, can reposition.
I hope you got some shenanigans here because I think by not drawing one of the people over in that scrum, I'm going to be able to snag this from you.
I'm thinking so as well. Because I'd be yoinking 2, which would put me to 3. I could daze someone or wound somebody for another, but that's not going to be enough. So maybe we might have to leave her in reserve. I think we
All right,
will.
so if you're going to do that, I should just warn you. I have assumed that I know everything. And when an opposing player would spend a force to put a card into reserve, they must spend an additional force.
Yo, that's dumb.
And additionally, I've been waiting for you to put somebody in reserve.
Yeah.
Grief Karga has close the deal. When an opposing player chooses to activate a unit from reserve, I may use the ability to close the deal for a force. I can choose an allied bounty hunter character, and the chosen character may immediately move and then make a 5-dice attack versus the person who just came out of reserve. So
That's super cool.
should you choose to go into reserve, you'll be playing right into my hands.
We're going to do it.
That's what I thought.
We'll spend the extra. We'll flip over this.
Well,
Ewok traps.
you did say you wanted to do it again, so
All right, yeah, we're going to choose the same one.
rude, why not?
That is an expertise. Expertise, each enemy unit that is contesting the chosen objective gains pin and suffers 2 damage.
Ooh, so,
Oh, that might be huge.
So that's going to be a total of 3 damage because they're already pinned, except for the one who...
Was immune to it.
So he gets 2. Still, he's alive on 1 HP for the Dark Troopers, but then that is going to be enough to take the Death Trooper escort. So they are
Nice.
now wounded. And 3 on Moff Gideon is not quite enough.
Isn't it just enough? He's at, oh, so yeah, I can do math.
That's how math works.
Yep.
Moff is sitting on 1 HP.
Yo, okay.
Well, that's pretty powerful.
Ewok traps are dope.
Ewok combo.
And we pull another card too.
The longest turn ever.
Trappers.
Ooh, well, I mean, that makes sense. Their traps went off twice.
Twice in a
So-
single round. So we're gonna activate them. They will become injured now, but they get rid of all their damage and 1 special condition. So we're gonna get rid of the Strain. Where do we leave the strain? Yeah, screw it. Where do we leave the strain? We're going to get rid of the disarm.
That makes sense.
Okay, so we got to take down Karga and the Dark Troopers here to get that point back. Or no, we don't.
Well, I'd be impressed if you can get rid of Karga, considering he's all the way over here.
Gideon. All right, so what else? What all do they have here? Yeah, let's go after Gideon first. He is engaged by another Ewok in Wicket, so we'll get an extra die on this roll. So this will just be a regular old melee attack. A spear, some might say. So this will be 7 dice.
A stick and a stone.
A stick and a stone. And some twine.
A stick and a stone and a twine. Well, I'm glad I'm not
Exposed anymore, yeah.
Exposed, yep. I have 1 miss here. You have 2 misses. So you have 3 hits and 2 expertise. What does your expertise do?
My expertise with staff for 2 does a flat damage, which is all we needed, and another hit.
So you had 4 hits going through and the auto magic damage. My triple expertise
probably does a lot.
It indeed gives me 2 blocks and converts a critical down to a... So literally that magic auto damage you had saved the day.
It did.
Because I would have...
Oof.
I would have stopped all of that.
All right, good job, boys.
Yeah. Ewoked.
So we'll get a momentum for the kill. We'll take 3 damage because we didn't clear the strain.
That might do it for you.
Now we have another attack, so let's go after the Dark Troopers. Because they're the only other things that we're engaged with. So this would be 6 dice. Much better roll. 3 expertise this time with spears.
I rolled 3 fails, so not looking good.
So the 3 expertise are going to convert to 2 hits and 1 flat damage.
So it's going to be 5 hits.
They were also at 1 anyway, right? The Dark Troopers?
They were indeed, and my 2 just downgrade. So yep, you're good.
Okay, so we still get to go down effectively our full track. We'll see if there's anything great there. It's just a bunch of extra damage, pin, which they're immune to, and shoves and reposition or more damage. So, yeah, we'll just push them twice and do all the damage in the world.
Ooh. All the damage in the world that you didn't need to do. That was savage. So by getting 2 wounds and reclaiming the point, you actually just managed to, with the power of those traps, draw the win off of that one.
Yeah. Who knew that activating traps twice in a single round
Double
was
trap card, brutal.
Pretty dope.
Brutal.
All right, so that'll be mission 1 for the Bears and Bards.
Bears and Bards pull it together. Don't love that.
And
these all go away now, correct?
yes. Yep. We clear them. We're going to pull the new mission. This is when you can Karga a Grieve or 2 as well.
We definitely will do that. Well, dang, it was looking okay.
Yeah.
And then you snatched it.
Yep.
I love it.
The old bear snatch gets it done.
The old bear snatch. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, probably.
It's questionable.
Probably don't clip that.
Cut that.
The post goes over a lot of emotions, mostly violence, honestly. Hades 2 came out, and we are sitting here watching this. What a world we live in. Yeah, Hades 2 did come out, and we'll probably be playing that later this week.
That sounds good.
I love roguelikes. All right.
That is the only game in the last 5 years that I actually finished.
Really?
Yeah.
It's solid.
It's a great game. I'll wait for the full release, though.
Oh, it's not fully released, too?
No, it's early access.
Oh, okay.
Probably be like another year until it's actually fully out.
Oof. All right, so that's Bears. So does your effect trigger before we flip it or as?
Well, it's interesting, right? Because it says before revealing the top card of the mission deck, then choose an opposing player to reveal cards from the top of their order deck until a unit order is revealed, and then you shuffle your order deck. So does that mean that if I use this ability, you get to shuffle all your cards back in, or just shuffle the order deck?
I think you just shovel the order deck how it is.
Would
be my guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I might as well set a priority target.
All right.
All right, Lando.
Bar 2 and Lando.
Okay.
So they now are the target of potential future demise as we shuffle our deck back up. With 5 cards, it's like not super clean.
No card counting. All right. So then we are now going to flip over the next one of these.
Mission number 2.
Mission number 2 is, it could be worse. And it's still secondary units who are going to be the ones who are challenging the odds, so you score an extra point if you wound with them, which we had not been doing that last round. But actually, most of the wounding was done with the primaries anyway. So then, because I'm the one who's losing, I get to pick the orientation of this. Is that correct?
Yep. So you show it from my orientation, and then you choose, so like this, as far as how it will display on the board.
I see. So obviously I'll pick the one that's more on my side of the map.
It's a great call. So this one stays active here. Actually, most of them.
It's just the center 3 stay. But most importantly, this one that has been the source of all of our drama is going away.
Oof, yeah, so that puts me in a rough spot here. So yeah.
Okay.
So you're up.
And then, so at the top of my turn, I roll one of these dice to see which becomes the priority, and it is going to be the back corner over there.
We have one of these fancy boys for it.
Thank you. Well, that's doable.
You know what we also have are, in that box, in the new Never Tell Me the Odds box, there's also, where did I set that? These. So we can mark
fancy
which ones are which. So this one back here is the triangle.
Nice. This here is the fail.
All right, and a shield up top.
Shield on top. That's fancy. All right, I am activating, oh, it's Mando. Do I roll the dice and put him into reserve in hopes of getting like a Shatterpoint card?
That's a good question.
Because the active objective is over there. I think we're going to roll the dice. So I did not shuffle this back in when I used him. Well, you know, actually, I think I just didn't use him.
Yeah, he's in reserve, I think.
So he stays in reserve even after you shuffle the deck?
I think, no, you would have had to have gone with him.
I would have had to have gone with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I cheated, so I'll say I have to go with him now, right?
Sure.
Should I reshuffle this guy back in or just put him on top?
I could put him right on top. I don't, either way, I'm fine with it.
Well, that's good, because that's against me, because I don't like it. All right, so shockingly, I got
Oh, look at that.
IG number. Fast and loose, that's how we like to play. All right, at the start of this unit's activation, the unit may remove one condition from itself, and then one character in this unit may move, but I don't have anything to clear. So he's literally just going to do a good old-fashioned move and shoot.
The old move and shoot.
Yeah, nothing real exciting.
Get you this thing to do it with.
Nothing real exciting here. So, so because Lando's card is now back in the deck.
Yeah, they cannot be shot.
They cannot be shot. That's pretty sassy.
It is. It's pretty awesome, actually.
It's pretty sassy.
Yeah, they have such a clever disguise.
All right, but I can get within 2 of this objective, and then with my range 5, blaster, I can then shoot. No, I cannot shoot Boosh. Well,
it's all 2D.
So even 2D, I think.
Oh yeah, fair.
I think it's. Ooh. Is that under her?
No. So the cool trick we do is
knock all the terrain over with everything. Yeah.
if you hold your meter, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you might be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're good.
All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. Because God knows it was a depressing robot round as it was. So he gets to take 2 actions, but they have to shoot different targets, I believe.
Is within a certain range.
Targeting a character in another enemy unit within range. So yes, he can shoot 2 different people, but not the same person twice.
Okay.
If he targets an enemy character that is contesting an active objective, I can add 3 to the attack roll.
Let's see. I think she probably is. She certainly is.
Okay. It does say that I will lose a momentum, however, if I don't wound her.
You can't lose one right now. So, because we just reset it.
Okay, well then, seems like it's meant to be.
Yep.
All right, that means I'll be rolling a hot 10 dice. Ooh. Nothing like 10 dice to roll 5 failures on it. You can only roll that many failures if you roll that many dice.
That's true. We only have 5 here, but 2 blocks, 2 expertise.
I actually managed to only roll 2 failures out of that, so that's not too bad.
That's pretty nice.
Oh, 3 failures. I can count. I picked up 4 expertise. So 4 expertise is going to convert to 2 crits and an auto
Ooh,
damage.
okay.
2 crits and an auto damage. And what would you like to do with your...
We just turn it into a block.
So you have a total of 3 blocks, which does block my 3 regular hits. So just my 2 crits going through. 2 on the tree. He has a little bit of choices here. I can do 2 damage in a reposition, which is very tempting. Or I could do 4 damage. Or 2 in a push. I think, however, let me just confirm. Well, Mando is in range to score that objective,
Yep,
so I will take the reposition.
I think that's the way to go.
So that will be 2 damage to you, plus my reposition. And so is this a fair play that if I end here, I can then go up
sure
as long
can.
as I'm within an inch? So even though my other guy's there to sort of block me, I can end up something like that, right?
Excuse me, you're a millimeter over the... No.
I am a millimeter over the edge. All right. Success.
All
After
right.
all that wonkiness.
Not a bad turn at all.
And so then he actually should be in this deck, so I am going to reshuffle this.
Yes. Yep. Good call. All right, let's see where... Oh, so let's score your points, too. You have the priority, and you have the back point, so that's going to score you 3.
No, I don't have this back priority.
Oh, you don't? That's right.
That was the whole bummer, is that I couldn't get that one.
So you do score 1.
Tons of fun.
And we'll see where our priority one is. It's going to be the failure, which is way in your back line.
Well, you know, sometimes you get the tender mercy. Sometimes the force is on your side.
I mean, that's true.
I think it's not true at all. I think the force is a universal constant.
So I think we'll take Leia out of reserve.
Ooh, coming out of reserve.
Which is...
My favorite thing.
Where's that card? Where's my reserve pile? Oh, there's... Okay, it should be here. All right, so we're going to go with her.
I'm going to take my action.
Yep.
All right, close the deal. Choose an allied bounty hunter character. That character may move and make a 5 dice attack targeting the character and the unit that was chosen to activate. So it doesn't actually even say that there's a range limit on that. Is that actually just how that works?
I guess. I mean, you still have to be within range of one of your attacks, your melee or your...
I see, so it's a 5 dice attack, but the assumption is that you're then measuring it based off of that. Okay, well, I will still use it to move Mando. And
I mean, because what I thought you would do is move him here, you claim this top point, and get an attack on...
I guess that's true. IG is a bounty hunter.
But that also gets Mando into the thick of things, too.
Tough choice. Well, I made a small brain play, and you proposed a slightly larger brain play. So I'm going to stick with the small brain because that was what my small brain came up with.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to take advantage of your
slightly
more experienced knowledge of how to play this game. I'm going to end here. I cannot climb up because there are people in the way, but I will take a shot at Leia.
Yuck.
5 dice, nothing terrible. And that did cost me one of my force to do.
Hey, I have 5 dice too.
I rolled 2 misses.
Me too.
Okay. My 1 expertise for Mando is going to convert into just a good old-fashioned regular hit.
And mine converts into a block.
So I do 1 total on you, which does just 2 damage.
Just 2 damage.
Just 2 damage.
All right, that's going to put her up to 5.
We'll take it.
All right. So now here's the... So we get this free reposition at the start of her turn. So I think we go right into their face holes.
Droids don't have faces.
They do have face holes, though.
That is true. I've seen that.
So now we're within range 2 of 3 different targets. So we're going to use our Fearless and Inventive. This is going to cost a force, and we're going to go into IG number. So choose a character in this unit, and oh, this costs 2. Nope, that's low blow. When a character in this unit makes an attack as part of a combat action, before dice are rolled, this unit may use this ability. Add 2 dice to the attack roll for each enemy character other than the target that is not wounded. So the Dark Troopers are currently wounded.
They are, but
So
you
they
still get
haven't
to add 2.
activated yet. So I still get to add 2, and we'll take a focus action first as well.
Good.
So we'll add 3 dice to this. So this will be 9. Oh, this is melee. Yeah, so 9.
It's very rude.
Going into IG 11.
IG 11?
IG un. Well, that's a great roll. As is that. All right,
Yeah,
so
there's no failures in there.
there's no failures on either of our rolls. We apparently know what we're doing now.
2 expertise for you.
And that 2 expertise with our shock lance will turn into a flat damage and another hit.
Okay. And my 2 expertise with IG will convert into, wow, 2 blocks and a reposition.
Ugh.
That's pretty fancy.
So while we got 7, so you got 5, so you're going to block a lot of those. So I'll end up with 3, looks like.
And I assume my reposition happens after the attack?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to do, yeah, I kind of like that at all. We'll do 2 damage, pin, disarm, and strain.
Well, that's good because then that stops my reposition, correct?
The pin would, yes.
Yes,
So you
alright.
get rid of the pin immediately and you just have strain and disarm.
Well, no thanks.
Just
thanks.
strain and disarm.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Bloop. Bloop. And that is Leia. We moved her off a point, so we score nothing.
Scored nothing, but you know, you win the hearts.
So I do get a momentum because it ended on your side.
Ooh, fancy.
Even when you lose, you lose.
There you go. Cheat codes. All right. It's
Oh,
gonna
before
be-
you do, flip, roll the die first.
Oh, yes. It's going to be the one back there. It's the one that's up near the scrum. So maybe this will be somebody who's not Grief or Mando. It's IG.
Nice.
Well, it's not what I want.
Hey, you can get rid of one of those special conditions.
Is it just like every time you get activated? Oh, that's right, his ability. Oh, and then I get a free dash after that. Well, yeah. All right, let's do that. So I'll get rid of the strain because nobody likes being strained. What is disarm?
No expertise on your
attack.
next attack.
Got it. And the only way to clear it is just to, is there an action that clears statuses?
Yeah, yep, recover.
Got
You
it.
can either heal a damage or from you or someone within 2, or you can remove a special condition off of yourself or someone within 2.
Got it. Well, so I get a free dash, and the free dash is going to be enough to get me control of this.
You sure will.
So I'll use the recover to get rid of the disarm, and then I can still shoot Leia, correct?
Sure can. I think that's the way to go. Getting rid of that, and then I'm on my weaker defense here because it's ranged versus melee. So I'm only
Just
rolling 5.
before I commit to that, I just
Yeah.
want to see if there's anybody else I might want to shoot. I can't shoot Lando, and I could probably reach these bears, but they are still wounded, correct? So it's got to be Leia.
Oh, you can shoot the bears and add status effects, but yeah,
Yeah.
no damage would go on to the. Well, the trappers are up and operational.
Oh, they are up and over. Is that the one that's closest?
Yes. Range is 5, I'm assuming. So
Have they? But they were the ones who've already activated this phase.
yes.
Okay, yeah. So we'll go for Leia.
Okay. All right.
Hey, I rolled good for once. I did good. You did very expertised. All right, my 1 expertise is going to convert into another crit.
Okay.
So I'm sitting on 4 crits and 3 hits.
All right. Our expertise converts to 1 block, and we turn a crit to a failure.
Rude.
So yeah, you're probably going your whole tree.
That's going to be 5 down it. If that's not quite. Oh, yep, not
It
quite.
depends on what route you go.
I suppose that's true. All right, so how many hit points do you have remaining?
4.
1, 2, 3. So I could, if I went down the middle, I could heal 2. That's pretty fancy. I can get a reposition, but I don't want a reposition. I can shove you. It doesn't really matter. That is a
Pin.
pin. And
Top
double-
route would give you the damage and expose, and pin.
Yeah, so 4 damage, pin, expose, and the heal. That's the way we're going to go.
Yep.
All right, so it's going to be a total of 4 damage, an expose, a pin, a 5th damage, which has not mattered, and then a double heal. IG's pretty good.
Yeah.
IG's pretty good.
So it was strained, right, and pinned?
It was, yes.
Strained and pinned.
No, sorry, it was exposed and pinned.
Oh, exposed, okay.
The exclamation mark.
So she gets wounded.
And I get a momentum cube. Look at me.
So you get momentum.
And then I score just the one there for one more point.
Oh, you'll score 2 because you have this one now. And
Oh, that's
you
true.
have that
Yeah,
one.
that's right. Sticky objectives in this game.
Right.
All right.
So 1, 2. All right.
What you got?
I got low grade.
You got some more teddy bears.
I do have some more teddy bears, so we will activate him. He'll become injured instead of wounded. He'll clear that strain that's on him, and we'll use our tactical ability.
That's cool.
So there's not a whole lot over there outside that death trooper. Oh no, we wounded them all. And
Yeah.
none of them have gone yet.
You say we, Luke did all the work.
Right.
Like Logre's trying to take some credit here, but
All right, so at the start of this unit's activation, each allied Ewok warrior unit gains hunker and may
I do
remove...
believe the Ewoks are Eli's.
They, yeah, it's like the whole Manning family.
Yeah.
They all kind of look like that. And then each... So he would gain, so Wicket would gain hunker or remove a condition or 2 damage. He's undamaged and he's engaged with somebody, I'm sure. Yeah. So he doesn't gain the hunker. And then each allied Ewok scout character may dash. So if I can have that dash tool.
Nope.
Oh, you know what I should probably roll for my priority? And it is the failure, which
Back here.
Again, way over there, but we'll dash here.
Combos.
And we'll start making our way downtown. Marching fast, people pass, and I'm homebound. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
All right, Vanessa.
And then, I mean, there's no reason to be here, so I think we just take off.
Woot, woot, woot.
The
woot and scoot.
We'll spend 1 for Ewok command. Each choose an allied Ewok supporting character within 4. Chosen character may dash, gain hunker, remove 1 special condition, or make a 5-dice attack. So we're really too far away to be making 5-dice attacks, and we want to get rid of the strain. But we will move them. Get rid of the strain. And then
It's both of those or.
it's make an attack or remove a condition.
Oh, I see. Fancy. Fancy, fancy. Ewoks are pretty good.
Ewok, they seem to be. They're a little squishy, but that's part of their charm.
They got that trap card, though. I suppose the nice thing about the trap card is that even if you remove the Ewoks, the trap card is still in play. Is that correct? Or does it go away when they are removed from the board?
Great question.
Because if it stays in play, then that's another disadvantage to having them. Is yeah, you have to move around the momentum tracker. You can't just walk on it.
Yeah, impassable terrain. So we'll move here. We'll end up spending another force to make a short movement and get hunker, so we can ingress up here. And then we'll take another move action to move on to the point. Keep our hunker. Oh, no, we won't, because we'll be within 2 of IG. But since we're actually on the same playing field as the objective, we'll flip it. So we'll end up gaining
2.
2.
Pretty slick.
We didn't get it back onto the center or onto our side, so we'll gain momentum.
Don't like that.
And that is the Gray of Low.
Okay, it is going to be, ooh, my Dark Troopers.
What a time for them to now be targetable.
All right, so they come back. They are now wounded. Is there a status to clear off of them? I don't believe there is.
Pen? No, because they couldn't be penned. That's the Death Trooper, Gideon.
All right.
So yeah, no conditions.
Oh, sorry, I gotta see what this is. This is going to be
The same one in the back
same
there.
one in the back. Well, that's great. So that means I actually get
2.
2 points for that. Maybe I can get some more here. We got the jump boots. And that's pretty much it. We got jump boots. Well, Leia's looking a little...
Leia is wounded.
She's wounded. Oh, she's wounded?
Yep.
So the 5 that's on there is not on there?
Correct.
Got it.
Well, you clear it once they activate
I
again.
see. Got it.
Dan always yells at me for taking it off, so I try to be good about it.
Ah, Dan.
All right. Cole!
All right, well, I guess we should try to... We do have some pushes on our tree here, so I think we should try to take that middle point and maybe that point over there as well. So we're going to take an advance and a shoot. Take the advance mover.
I guess.
That's the dash.
Yeah, where's the advance? Oh, here it is. There it would be.
All right. So, and we can go through our own guys, which is nice and silly. I like nice and silly things. So,
Oh, that's the Death Trooper.
that is the Death Trooper. Okay. See, they do look identical. Everyone agrees.
Everyone says.
Everyone says. So I have to be outside of range 2 to shoot, correct? Mm-hmm. So there's no real way for me to get. So I guess we're gonna melee these guys.
Well, so just so you know, so with pushes, you can follow up. So if you have a bunch of shoves on the ranged attack, you can then.
That's what's true. So I could come
in.
over to like here, as long as I am more than 2.
And you want to be outside of 2 of Wicket too, because then you're engaged with Wicket.
Right. So it's a tough life.
A bug's life.
Well, sure. Why not? It's not going to work out for us, but we're going to try it anyway. All right. So if I end up here, that's an ingress point, so I could climb down. Is that correct?
That is correct.
However, I don't know if there's a legitimate standing point for me because of that whole centimeter over the edge thing, right?
Oh, that's fine.
You're going to allow that?
I'm going to allow that.
Quick, Heather, go get Ryan, put Ryan on the channel, and show Ryan my placement there, and then he'll just like, rip me a new one for 20 minutes.
Spidey Dude with the 15 stream streak. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. You nerds are still playing? Heather, yes, we are.
Heather, get Ryan, please. All right, so this one is going to be melee here, and we'll go with this one first. This melee attack here. So this is a crushing punch. I get 6 dice. That's fine.
And against melee, I have 6.
Ooh, that's very impressive for an Ewok.
It's because he's below notice a lot of the time.
Okay, so you got 2 misses, but I got 1 miss here. So you have 2 blocks, 2 expertise. I have a crit, 2 hits, 2 expertise, which are going to convert into just 1 crit. So 2 and 2 for me.
All right, we're going to get 2 extra blocks, and we're going to convert a crit to a hit.
That's very rude. So I have 1 crit that goes through. Just 1 hit. I can do a push and a damage, or 2. So now a push.
A push would clear him off of the...
Because it would get him all the way, right?
All the way off.
All the way off. So we're going to go for that. A push and a damage. Get on out of here.
Now, something that is different, over here, you would in fact bump into the terrain. But here has no railings, because Star Wars hates railings.
Down you go. I will follow up just to keep you from being... I'll kind of follow up like sort of into the middle there.
Yeah.
Make it so that nobody can do what I just did and stand
Great call.
either side of me. And just be a little sweaty here.
Yeah.
Super centered. Super centered. All right. And
I love doing that with the B1s because their base is so big when they're
yeah.
supporting. So it's like, I can just block anyone from coming up here.
It's a useful ability. All right. And then now we're going to take a shot at those other
Was
trappers.
there any damage that went through there?
Oh, sorry. It was 1 damage.
1.
A measly 1.
A measly 1.
All right. Well, this is going to be a not so measly 1. This is going to be a shot from my Dark Trooper blasters, shooting at those trappers over there.
All right. They are no longer near low grade, so they're not getting the extra.
I roll good.
I got 5. Yeah, you did. All right. 2 failures, 2 expertise, and a block.
My expertise is going to convert into 2 more hits with the Dark Trooper blasters.
I get just 1 more block out of my expertise.
So you take 2 of these off. So this one plus the one I should have added.
Yeah, this
5 down the tree.
This might actually yoink them from the game.
All right. So how many hit points do they have remaining?
4.
4. They are going to, and this is their second life.
Yep.
So that will clear them from the board.
When they activate again, they'll get cleared.
Yep. So, but they're going to be wounded before then, so they won't count for anything regardless.
Correct.
So, but I will take the one that gives me 2 pushes, so that way I can hopefully follow up and get on it. So they're going to take a total of 4 damage, 2 pushes, a pin, and a strain.
Pin and a strain. Yeah, that's going to stink.
So here's the first and the second, which does take them out of range. Here's the first and the second, which does get me into range. Ooh,
big turn.
Fancy, fancy.
Big turn.
But you were allowed 1. I can have 1 too. So a wound gives me a block.
Yep.
And then I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 because that's a priority. Ooh,
Oof.
so close.
Oof.
So close.
Big swingers.
If only I had managed to get the injury over there as well, that would have.
Right. All right, we need to slap back a little bit here. Let's see what we do.
No, this is my slap back. You already had this. You already had the first slap.
And
you don't get a slap back when you had first slap.
I did. That was first slap. We're gonna keep them in reserve. We're gonna.
So it's gonna cost you 2
Oh,
force.
I don't have to.
And you don't have 2 force.
Oh, now they can be shot at though.
Assume that I know everything, Tim.
That's fair.
It says it right here on my card. Assume that I know everything.
That's true. All right. Well, in that case,
The character does. I know nothing.
they use this character. Characters in this unit add 2 dice to each attack roll made as part of this combat action. After the attack is resolved, if the attack roll contained 2 or more failures, gain a exposed. All right. So let's try to obliterate Amando, I think. Which is what we're gonna do.
1 Mando.
1 Mando.
I will let you know that the little kid riding in the carriage can do the magic hand thing, and if you take a shot at me, if you roll at least 1 miss, I can then do 2 damage back to you with my magic hand wave.
Well, maybe we're going after Karga then.
Just to let you know.
And I am pinned too, so we're gonna have to use a force, our last force, for Mingle. And each character in this unit may dash. If there's no enemy characters within 3, this character may advance instead. So we're gonna do that. For Lando's movement, he's gonna remove the pin. And then R2 has no enemies within range 3 of him, so he'll get a full move. They also lose their hunker now that they've activated again. So we'll go here, and then ingress down. Ingress down outside of 2 of Mando. And now we'll actually take moves.
Just before you commit, I do have This Is the Way, and this would apply for grief in this situation. If you make an attack at another allied unit, I can heal, but I don't have anything to heal. But more importantly, every other bounty hunter, which includes grief within 4 of me, can then remove a condition and gain a hunker. So just FYI.
Oof, I should have rolled for this earlier before I started doing that type of thing. So it's that 1 back there, which we're not going to reach anyway, so it doesn't really affect our plans. So we will move up with Lando and also bar 2D2. And let's start making shots. So we will declare an attack action. We have no force left for the element of surprise. So we'll just go right into it. These are going to go into Grieve, and we'll start with Lando.
This is ranged.
This would be, oh, am I within 2 of him? It might be melee.
It is melee.
It is melee. All right, so his melee is 6 with
Nice.
his unexpected assault. Yo, great roll. Not as great. That's
Not
3
great.
failures and an expertise. The expertise will just turn into another hit.
Well, that's full soak.
Yes,
And
it is.
My expertise just becomes another block. So.
All right, R2, can you do better?
So hold on, I think I get to use my ability here. This is the way. Oh, sorry, that's only if you wound them. Never mind. Don't mind me.
All right, R2. Much better.
Okay, you have 2 expertise to apply.
I'm just going to turn into a single hit.
And my 3 expertise for Grieve are going to turn into 2 more blocks.
Nice. So you're blocking all the hits, looks like. And I'll just have the crits go through, which are going to be 3 damage and a shove.
3 damage. Ow.
So we'll get him off the point. We're not going to follow up, but we will flip this point back. Boop. And look at that. We scored
Scored a point.
1.
Oof, it's looking not good.
Looking pretty dire.
Looking not good.
And he can be targeted now.
Let's see where this goes to. This is going to be the circle, which is the one over there. So pretty much guaranteed to get this back right here.
Yeah, you're pretty much just setting up for the next
So
round.
just got to decide what I want to do. I don't know what it's going to look like. Well, let's see who's going, most importantly.
Oh, that's a good call.
It is, ooh, the Dark Trooper. Well, that's good, because he needs to come back. Death Trooper. He needs to recover. He has Imperial Efficiency at the start of this unit's activation. Choose this unit or an allied Galactic Empire supporting unit. Each unit that's chosen can make a dash. And if they have any damage, they can instead make a reposition. However, they're both at full health. Does he have any statuses? He has disarmed, right?
Death Trooper has pin.
Pin, okay. So I will use Imperial Efficiency on himself, which then basically just gets cleared on the pin. All right, so then I can move and do stuff. I don't really want to mess with Luke, because Luke's scary.
Luke has that.
Your Ewok trappers are those the ones I killed? Okay.
Yeah, let me put another.
Got it. So
this
low
guy.
gray is probably, because Wicket's looking pretty solid.
He's a good dude.
So low gray is going to be the target. So we will move and shoot. Or actually, I probably am in range. I could just double shoot, right?
Yeah.
So Death Trooper Export, range is 5. This is low gray there, correct?
That is Wicket.
That's Wicket. Oh,
Low Gray's the one you knocked off the bridge.
you sure? I thought it was low gray over here, because that was why I was targeting.
Nope, that's him here.
All right.
He was over there.
Oh, I see, he scrambled. Okay,
Yep.
well then Wicket's going to get double shotty.
Yeah.
I see if I have anything fancy here. I do believe that my Dark Troopers have coordinated fire. If you're within 5 of them, which you are, you get, before I shoot.
Now, just so you know, coordinated fire on an injured unit does in fact cost a force, because all of your abilities cost 1 more force now.
On an injured unit? Oh, I see, on them, yeah, that's fine.
For each wound token
Yep.
they have on them.
That is okie dokie. So you're going to gain a strain before
Strain right away.
we shoot you. All right, and then, so I can do that again, right? After, because that's 2 separate attacks, and it says when
You can only use an ability once per turn.
each ability once per turn. Got it. Okay, well, here's a Dark Trooper, rolling 7 dice, actually, Death Trooper.
All right.
Why do they have to have such similar names?
Yeah, and similar looks, color palettes.
Who thought that up?
I'm just going to block 3.
Yeah, I'm going to do a whole lot. 2 expertise on the Death Trooper converts to a crit and an auto damage. No, sorry, just 2 regular hits. But that's still great.
Yeah,
because-
it's 2 more hits that go through. So it looks like you have 4.
So 4 remain after the blocks.
Not bad.
Not bad for the first shot. So the first 4, we're going to go for maximum damage here, which is the top row. It's going to do 6 damage, another strain, which turns into a damage because you already have a strain. So 7 damage and a exposed.
Oof.
And then now we're going to finish you off with another.
Yeah, and this time I don't count expertise. You only need to do 2 here, so odds are pretty likely.
I did roll 3 fails, though. 4 fails. Ooh, not a good roll.
All right, so you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Whew.
That's not going to do it with 4 fails of your own.
So our quick wits for our expertise will add a block and turn a crit to a hit.
Okay, so that becomes a hit. And then my expertise turns this into 2 hits. So that's 4. And then you just block one of them. So 3 down the tree. 2 damage to
4 months? Hell yeah, dude.
All right, so 2 down the tree, 4 down the tree, right? So we'll do, is this going to remove you from play? This is only your first wound, right?
Yes.
All right, so we'll go for maximum statuses. Doesn't really matter, but we'll give you a disarm and a pin and 2 shoves.
Disarm, pin, 2 shoves, and I think you also applied an exposed. Oh no, it was another strain, which you gotcha.
Which was damaged. So you are statused out.
Yeah.
So in this case, if I follow up, I can't because his body's in the way. Is that how that works?
Well, so it's kind of the same thing as
You
pushes.
could, I see.
So
can
you
just
can
kind
like
of,
go to the side and follow up.
Got it. In that case, I will go to there, and then I'll come around to here.
There you go. I don't need these momentums anyway.
All right, and then I got a wound on you, which blocks this to here. Not that it matters, because We just scored.
You'll take that one with authority.
Take it with authority.
Well done.
All right. Well, had to come back a little bit because that first round was the first round was a nail biter.
Yeah. And that's kind of like round one always kind of is, a constant going back and forth or getting it right back onto the zeros. The momentum starts piling up. But yeah, that's going to have us switch over. So I'm assuming you want to activate your Karga ability.
Of course.
So
that ability I've used a grand total of 0 times.
Wicket will be the priority target this round.
All right, we're going for shooting the little guy.
We'll clear all of the ownership and flip over the next card. And it is primary units that are going to be challenging the odds this time. So, I think we go with the bottom one here. So we're going to make our favorite point that we've been fighting over and everyone just moved away from back active again.
Oh, you would.
Your top point, which these bears just happen to be on.
Rude.
And this one under
Moth.
Under Moth. Old Giddles.
Old Giddles. Well, that's interesting. Now that we've all finished running away from it, it's back in play.
Right.
All right, and which are which?
Yeah, so this one down here is failure.
Okay.
The one at the bottom of the board is triangle or diamond, and then top is shield.
Okie dokie. Well, that's going to at least favor you a little bit.
Hopefully.
But it won't be enough.
And we will go with Luke.
Oh, well, that might be enough.
Great time. Great time for that. All right, so when he comes into play, he refreshes the force and can jump. We're not going to jump, though. And what can we use the force for? Not a whole ton. Oh, actually we can, yeah. Choose an objective within range 2, each enemy character. Yeah, we'll do that. So we're going to choose that objective that we're on right there.
I can dash.
And you can dash, though you would lose the pin. So probably a great time to just get rid of the...
But I can also dash with him as well, right? 'Cause
yes.
It's within 2 of the...
objective.
And if I don't, I get given a status, correct?
Nope. I also get an attack after this.
I see, so you're just like running in and attacking there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, Gideon's actually in a good place to be attacked. He's wounded. Mm-hmm. So we will dash over here.
Hey, Tim, who's the man with the stash?
This is Shaper. Shaper did some Hero Quest with us last year on stream, and he's also going to be part of the new Doomstone series that's going to be starting soon, a new WFRP 4E actual play.
To be clear, also, it's not a stash. It is a porn stash.
That's right.
Have you not watched porn from the 70s? Like, everyone knows this.
All right, so let's go with this 5 dice attack into Gideon.
Moth Gideon. How'd you do?
All expertise.
Ooh, it was fancy. You did some fanciness.
So those are going to turn into 2 crits and
melee?
a jump. Yep.
All right. Well, I rolled very poorly.
Well, if there's a time for it, it's when I have just crits. So we'll go 2 down our tray here.
Yep, it's going to do it.
And so that'll be 2 damage, a shove, and a recover. Or I could do another shove and another damage. How much does he have? 10?
He's wounded. So he's actually got nothing currently. He's wounded.
Oh, he hasn't. Oh, this is silly and dumb. So yeah, we'll shove him off and we'll heal 2 from ourselves. Yeah, not ideal. Because that's certainly not going to get him out of 2. So we will follow up here.
Come to me.
You know what? Also, I'm going to do, which is a super cool maneuver, is see which one has priority, which is the top one. And yeah, this seems like a huge waste of a turn now. Well, let's just keep trying to push them off so we can definitely have this space. And we'll focus first as well, because we ain't got nothing else to do. So this will be 8 dice going into the Moth of Gideon's.
Rude. Done this one before. I got 2 failures.
Me too.
You got 2 failures. What do your expertise get you?
2 crits.
So 2 crits. That's 3 crits for you and 3 regulars. I have 1 block, and my 3 expertise converts to 2 blocks and downgrade 1 of your crits. So I end up having a total of 3 blocks, which is just going to take out.
Most of.
So you have 3 remaining.
All right, well, we don't have a whole ton of status effects, so we'll just shove you twice more.
Love it.
Yeah, I didn't even think that he had not activated yet. So it was good you got the Death Trooper out of there.
Double shove?
Yep. So then we'll take this point.
I'm not sure whose tokens. Are these his tokens?
Those are on the Ewok up there.
Got it.
So we'll gain a point.
You also get this one here?
Nope, because they're wounded currently.
Oh,
until I activate them and then.
That's rough. That's rough stuff.
All right.
All right, let's find out where the priority is this round. It's going to be the circle.
Where those Ewoks are.
Where those Ewoks are. So I gotta get on that. Let's see who can do it. Is it going to be the Mandalorian? Oh, how did I know?
Wow. That's some psychic BS.
The Force is strong with this one. All right, well, Mando obviously is going to go. Mando's going to go put a hando on those little bears. You know what? That sounds bad. All right, I'll take the normal move. If you'd be so kind.
Yeah, I suppose.
Thanks. I think we'll come on the inside here.
Hot.
Because that gets me. And I can actually stop. Is there anywhere that I could stop that would be within 2 of this and not 2 of them?
Rhett, why are the conditions on the board instead of on the cards? The cards don't show super well on stream, so we put them on the table. That way you guys can see who has what.
Okay, I can just barely be out of range from the Ewoks and in range to the objective.
Alrighty.
How's that for some cheese?
That is cheesy.
How's that for some cheese? All right, and then we're going to come at you with our Amban sniper rifle. Wow.
Whoa, back Betty, and blam.
Or do I want to go with the... Nah. We'll stay in this mode. I've yet to really do much shifting back and forth. Every time I've played this game, I've pretty much found one side to play on.
Yeah, you know, I probably should have switched to a different side that had a whole bunch of status effects, but completely forgot that's even a thing.
All right, I whiffed pretty bad here. Only came up with 4.
All right, our expertise is going to turn that to 5 blocks.
All right, well, I think you didn't take nothing.
Who could have known that those unconscious bears were so good at defense?
I mean, also, it was kind of dumb of me to attack you anyway, because it doesn't really matter, but hey, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so then I score this one here, which is going to give me 2 points.
Sure will.
Boop, boop. Okay.
All right, my priority is going to be the shield.
Okay.
So not moving there.
Well, maybe it's the Ewoks.
It could be the Wicket.
He can do something. He can do something.
Wicket was in, or whichever the one is before you turn it to the other one. So he will come back in fresh and clean.
Fresh as a daisy.
We'll get rid of the...
Tough choice.
Yeah, does he have attack ability? He does. Choose an enemy, each character in this unit. At the start of this unit's activation, choose an enemy character in line of sight, an allied Ewok within range 3. Each character in this unit and each character in the chosen unit may dash towards the enemy character. Okay, so we're actually not going to get rid of the pan, we'll get rid of the strain. Then when we use that ability, it'll get rid of that. I'll knock everything everywhere.
Just like you got rid of that water bottle.
That water bottle's kind of been a dirtbag, so let's go ahead and use the movement tool there.
I have a name.
The shaper of the movement tool, and we will move up, be on the point. I don't think we can see you. Yes, we can. All right.
Yeah,
a little
baby.
bit.
I want you to be able to see me because I want to do the magic hand thing.
Oh, that's true. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's hit you with some spears and slings.
Ooh.
Probably not within 2, so it definitely would be ranged. All right, let's go with a sling. 5 dice on this attack.
Ooh, 3 expertise and 2 fails.
2 expertise and 3 hits on slings will just do a flat damage and another hit.
All right, my 3 expertise for Mando converts into 2 blocks and turn one of your crits into a miss.
Nice.
But sadly, you don't have any crits.
So it looks like I'm just getting 1 through.
1 through.
And that'll be a damage and a shove.
Well, that's what you needed.
It is.
That's what you needed. I can shove myself.
Yeah.
I'll see myself out.
Bloop, bloop. And that'll flip this point over to us, which is already blue.
Oh, yep. I just put it on your side.
And that was the priority. We have this other one over here, so that'll score us 3.
Ooh. The struggle's back in.
We'd be struggling, though.
Let's see who's up. It's going to be Grief Karga. Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. What's the... And it's going to be the fail, which is over there. No one's scored that yet. Grief could do it. Could Grief do it? Probably not. It's pretty far for him to run.
You can probably get to the ingress point in a single move and then double move to be on it.
That's true. Oh, that's right. You can double move in this game. I'll play other games where you can't do that. Yeah, so I'm going to use... some of my people are bounty hunters. And all bounty hunters that are within 4 can immediately heal and make a move. It's only my boy Mando there, but he's going to heal back that 1 damage.
Yeah.
And then he can make a little dash. It's not going to be enough to reclaim this point, but it is enough to
tie it back up, yeah.
Enough to get some hands on it. And then I will double move to go score the priority. Because, yep, 1 gets me to there. I'll come up. And then I will come stand on this side. I'm actually going to come as far over as I can, like that. All right, and then that claims that one for me.
That works.
2 points for me. And
So
then we both get a block.
We do.
How's that for fancy?
It is fancy and, fancy free, some might say. All right, you know what this card is? Shatterpoint.
Wait, how?
It's rule of excrementation, I think. So we will go with not a whole ton of dope options here. So maybe we go with, I just want Moff Gideon to go so I can attack him.
Haha.
Oh, what's the, our priority target is Diamond. Oh, which we have. Okay, well, let's go Luke. Is that what we want to do? Maybe R2 and what's his nuts? Or we could start clearing Leia.
Choices.
So let's go low gray. And when he starts, each allied Ewok warrior gains Hunker and may remove 2 damage. I don't think he has either of those, but he can move. And then the scouts may dash as well. So let's dash with the scouts because it'll get rid of the pin on the ones on the way back.
I do like that you listed all the options that you could do. And you're like, I could do this or this or this. So let's do none of those.
None of them. We will move over here. We'll get within 1. We'll ingress up to the top.
Hey.
Hello there. And then we'll make an attack.
Okay then. Grief. This is a melee attack. See what you got on the middleman. 1 fail, 3 expertise.
3 fails, 2 crits, an expertise, and a hit. The expertise will turn into a flat damage and another hit.
I have 3 blocks, so you just have the 2 crits.
2 crits. So we'll do 3 damage and...
Plus the 1?
Yep, so 4 damage total.
Okay.
And a strain.
Grief is sitting on 1 HP.
Oof. And we don't flip that point back. We are still scoring 3 points here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3.
Oh boy, I sure hope my Shatterpoint card comes up.
And then we'll shuffle and...
Oh,
look at that!
Look at that! Look at that! Who could have thought? Well, you know, I should use it on Moff Gideon, but let's be real.
I would really like it if you did.
I think that's the reason why I'm not going to. So it's the circle again. So it is the shield. So currently you just have Wicket holding this because the other guys have not activated.
Correct.
And Wicket has how many hit points left?
Wicket's at full. He just took the wound, so he has 9, I think. Yes.
Okay. But I could double attack him.
That you could.
And that would then give me the ability to gain control of the spot. I think it's got to be Mando.
It's gonna be Mando.
It's gonna be Mando.
Hey, Rhett, while you're right there, I'm not confusing this with other games, right? You can double move and double attack and stuff, right? I'm pretty certain. Or can you only do one of each type of action a turn? Because we've both certainly been doing it. Oh, no. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Hey, now we know going forward. Or now we remember
Oh,
going
so
forward.
now that it's my turn that I want to double attack, I can. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I do believe that is how most games are, so I accept it. And I'll focus.
Okay.
So we're going to go in, bring you in warm. I don't like it. Don't like the way it sounds. All right, 8 dice, because I focused. And
this is melee, right?
And this is melee.
All right, so we're rolling 6 here.
That's pretty good. 2 fails. 2 fails for you. My 2 expertise are going to convert into just 1 crit. And your 3 expertise
We'll convert into 2 blocks, and we'll turn your crit into a hit.
rude. All right, so I only get 2 down the tree. Well, don't love that because I needed to get 3 down the tree for the double push.
Oh.
So 3 damage and 1 shove. But I think, no, that won't be enough, right?
It shouldn't be.
Because you are still on the objective. Sassy. Sassy, sassy. That's very rude. How wooed. So I just score the 1 point then.
Yes.
And I get a cube
You
because
do.
nobody...
You're cubing it up right now.
Yeah, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
All right, off the top ropes. Ewok traps.
No.
So we're going to choose the one Kargazan.
Ooh.
And an expertise is 2 damage.
Okay, he is wounded.
Nice.
So it's a black cube for you.
That it is. And our priority is the shield again.
I think you have won this game. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it this turn.
Yeah, I'm getting the priority one, so I'm getting 3, so I gotta yoke somebody else.
Well, let's see who comes up next if you get your Shatterpoint card. Oh, Lando. Well, can you do it with Lando?
They're gonna go into reserve.
So that's 2 to go into reserve.
Oh, dumb, yep.
Okay, who's coming up?
It is.
Leia.
Okay, all right, so, boosh. She's gonna become unwounded here, or injured or whatnot. The special condition we're gonna get rid of is going to be the pin.
No, you. Oh yeah, so you need to wound somebody and then you win.
Yep.
Because you currently are going to control all 3.
And IG has no damage on him.
IG is good to go. Yeah, my whole squad is looking fresh.
They really are.
Yep.
All right, who's going to be the easiest to take down? It's probably the IG. So, because he's a secondary, he has 9 health. I don't even think we have 9 health, 9 damage on our track, do we? 3, 6, 9. I got to go down the whole thing.
Could happen.
It could happen. And we have a whole ton of... We do have a whole ton of force here. If we got to go here, we might as well. So yeah, let's try it. We will start with 2 force for a low blow. Oh, so we get the reposition to start. So we're going to go right in IG's face. We're going to do the low blow, push him 2, I'll push me 2.
Low.
And that gives me a free focus action. We'll focus again, and we'll go for it.
Coming hard. All right, this is melee, right?
This is melee.
All right. IG Ocho Ocho, what you got?
You know, we'll also spend 1 for fearless and inventive because the Dark Troopers are no longer wounded, right? They've activated.
It's true.
Okay, so I'll get 2 extra dice for them, 2 extra focus dice. So that'll be 10
hard.
dice total.
This could be it. This could be it.
All right.
Now, all you need me to do is roll a bunch of fails, right? Hey,
That's hey,
I did
hey.
I did what I could. I got you 3 fails. You rolled 3 as well, though.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to be enough.
I want you to be alone there. So, all right, my expertise turns into, this is a shock lance, another hit, and a flat damage.
Okay. My 2 expertise for IG converts to just 2 blocks and a reposition. So we'll take 2 more of these off, so you get to go 4 down the tree.
I think that's going to leave him just shy.
Ooh.
He has no conditions currently. So yeah, we'll do 1 and a pin, 2 and a shove. That'll be 4, 5, 6.
6, he's still there.
6 and still there.
That's right, you'll get it next turn. You'll get it next turn.
We'll push him off because we can get him off cleanly. Loop. And we'll follow up with that too.
And there's your pin.
And the pin.
Savage.
All right, that's her.
And that scores 3.
It does.
Gets you right up on it. So unless I can do something miraculous here, which let's all be clear is not going to happen, that's going to be the game. And it's going to be my Dark Troopers. I mean, honestly, I don't know how I stop you from getting, because I need to basically recover, like we should see what the point is here. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. It's the fail, so it's the 1 by grief over here. I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point.
You can only do each action 1 time. You're 2 MCP brained. That is 100% correct. I doubt that. Tim won Adepticon. He was at the top table every single round. That is technically true. What are the squads? Dan, hey, how are you? So I am running Ewoks with some Return of the Jedi, Luke, Jabba Palace stuff. So I have Logray, Wicket, and the Ewok Trappers with Jedi Knight Luke, Boosh, and Lando and Bar2D2. Shaper is running Moff Gideon, the Death Trooper Escort, and Dark Troopers, as well as the Mandalorian, Grief, Karga, and the IG-11 Assassin Droid. It is Mission 3. We're using the new Mission Pack 2.
I think I just gotta hope that I can draw something good.
Big bucks.
Yeah, but I think this is game. All right, it's gonna be just my good old Death Trooper Escort. So I think we can play the turns out if you want, but I think that's it. So I can get a.
Oh, what was the priority too?
It's the one that,
it's that one over there.
the grief's on, so I'm not gonna be able to get to it. I can give 1 guy a move, so I can try to get a hold of the middle. This is the commando, right?
What's that?
That's the commando there.
Yes. Yep.
All right. How many hit points does Wicket got?
Wicket has 6 left.
6 left. So I could possibly take Wicket out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was in range to actually score that.
Yep. All right, so we'll go with, they have Imperial Efficiency. I can choose this unit or an allied Galactic Empire supporting unit. They can each move, and if they are injured, which they're not, so they can just get a little dash. I need a little dash tool.
I suppose.
Thank you. Actually, that's the...
Where's the little one?
Where's the little one? We've lost it. We've lost our minds. Oh, it's here. It's hiding in the crevice. The crevasse.
Cross.
Okay, so if I bring this one to here.
Gideon box with Vader 2 box seems like it'd be good. Yeah, Taylor still has our Vader 2 box because that's what I wanted to have Shaper run was the Nothing But Fear and Dead Man with You Have Something I Want. I think those would pair very well. Oh yeah, absolutely. The item box, leaving Dell at home.
All right, and then I will tactical advance, which allows me to move over to here. And then let me stay 2 away, so I'll stay here. And then that gives me a free focus, and I will focus again. So shooting you a lot.
Big bucks. All right, so this is going to be range, so he has 5 on this for defense.
I get to roll 9, and then you also gain a strain because you have the coordinated fire from the Dark Troopers.
Dumb. All right, there's 3 fails, 2 blocks.
Well, I got 3 fails of my own, and 3 expertise for the Death Trooper escort is going to give him a crit and an auto damage.
All right, there's the auto damage.
And so it's going to be a total of 4 down the tree, and then there's already a strain going on. You have how many hit points left?
5 after that flat damage.
Okay, so 1,
Oh,
2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he has to go on the top. So you're going to get another strain and then an exposed. So
Yeah.
you're exposed.
He is rewounded.
So I get a block for that. I still don't think it's going to be enough, though, because a block for that, and then I claim this objective that just gives me 1 point, and then you will be able to win it on your turn.
Looks like it.
GG.
All right, good game, man.
Good game. Thanks for playing.
Who do you think your MVP was out of all this new stuff?
Honestly, IG-88.
He was surprisingly tanky.
Yeah,
took
he
a
was
bunch
good.
of hits, ignored a whole bunch,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I feel like he wasn't even in his prime because he really benefits from that, like being able to shoot 2 targets.
Right, he was only fighting one person.
But
absolutely.
Lando and R2 having that, like, you can't shoot us if we're in the order deck,
pretty
like,
nice.
is really awesome.
Yep. I know who your MVP was, but I'm curious who you think your MVP was.
I think my MVP was Luke,
Yeah.
just because he bashed so many faces in.
It's an interesting theory because the actual answer is your trap
I was
card.
gonna say, so like, yeah, as far as actual units go, like,
It was your trap card.
But,
this card did the win right there.
these Ewok traps, so they were at the bottom of my deck. So they were the last thing I pulled, but then refreshed the deck, and then I pulled it again. So it did 2 damage to a bunch of people. It pinned everything. Like, these Ewok traps are a really interesting feature. I hope we see more of this type of play.
That was cool. It was strong though. It was
yeah,
very strong. I mean,
yeah.
it pretty much because that wiped out 3 of my players.
Yep.
So that you were able to go in with Luke and then just finish them out.
Well,
that
yeah.
was the real tide shift.
And it wounded Grieve, which was another, because that was
Oh,
another.
that's
2
true. That's
points.
how you got that one then
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. So yeah, that definitely was your MVP.
Yep, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Any particular out of those 2 boxes that you like more and would like to run again?
You know, I mean, honestly, I think I didn't think that they synergized well with each other. They were really kind of both playing their own game.
Yeah.
I think I actually like. I think Moff and the Troopers have a more obvious synergy.
Yeah.
But I think that. So I think in regards to like playing with other groups, I could see playing them also because they are Galactic Empire.
And running him in the Vader box would be like a really good
combo.
fit. Yeah.
That said, I think Mando's stuff is interesting. I think IG-11 is a more interesting character. I like that Grief does stuff playing with forcing your opponent to pay more to.
Well, it's very thematic.
reserve.
The planner,
And yeah, so
the
there's
dude behind the desk.
yeah, there's a lot that I like about that play. I don't think I use the Mandalorian very well. He has a lot of abilities that involve triggering other bounty hunters. But again, the way that this particular mission played out, he was sort of on his own with these 2, and they were never really where the action was at. The action was that side of the board. So I feel like I didn't really get to give them a fair shake. So I'd have to say Moff Gideon's box was more interesting just because it got more play.
Yeah.
But I think that potentially the Mandalorian box has more interesting abilities because the Moff Gideon box is pretty straightforward. Just combo your guys up and go roll some dice.
And I don't think they were here. What I'd really like to see is honestly playing both of those boxes on different strike teams,
sure.
having Cad Bane and the other bounty hunters with
Sure.
Mando.
That would make a lot of
Makes all the
sense.
sense in the world. Cad Bane's ability.
Let's do that match.
Right? I completely agree. I just gotta find those models. But
Gotta find the
hey,
models.
Aegis Brand, dude. Hey, thank you, man. Thanks for the sub. But yeah, because Cad Bane's ability is like whenever a character gets wounded, you refresh a force. If it was a bounty hunter that did one, you get like another one, and you can heal and stuff. So like they're going to synergize super well.
We didn't do this at all the entire game.
No.
Challenging the odds. I'm not sure this comes up that much. I mean, it's probably something that if it does come up, it's very swingy, as in very powerful.
Yeah.
But it felt like it was so hard to guarantee that this was going to happen that it was like, it's very just situational.
But so for those of you that don't know, the Never Tell Me the Odds pack, I don't believe it's out yet, but we are unembargoed today, so we can talk about it and show off the cards. It does have a very different setup and feel for where the objectives are. They're a little bit more scattered around. And the new feature is challenging the odds, where each mission has a particular type of unit, either primaries, secondaries, or supporting units. And if any one of those wound a character, you get an additional momentum block on the tracker. So that's super cool. I love seeing new mission packs out, really kind of...
Definitely adds a lot to the game.
Yeah, and with the last one, the Hondo one, I believe the special effect was whenever each mission card had a unique effect when you used your Shatterpoint card.
Shatterpoint card, yep.
Which is also very, very cool. But guys, that actually ran pretty much the time too, almost perfectly. Wow, it's almost 6. Beautiful.
So that's actually why you won then, because we would have been here till 7 otherwise.
Correct. So Dan will be here later to run some new Spider Foes and some Marvel Crisis Protocol at 8 p.m. tonight, so make sure you're tuning in for that this evening. Huge thank you to Shaper for stopping by. Once again, he was on some of our Hero Quest stuff last summer, and he is one of the main characters in the new WFRP 4th edition show that we have started called The Doomstones, where Dan has gotten one of the old, I believe, 1st or 2nd edition adventures from one of the listeners and has updated it to 4th edition, and we are playing that with myself, Shaper, Jess, Dan, and Danny, right?
Dan and Danny.
So be on the lookout for that. The first few episodes for that are going to be dropping for free. So if you're not on the Patreon, it's a great time to see, dip your toe in the water, see if you like it before jumping on the Patreon. But outside that, as always, Pro Acryl sponsors our streams and networks. So make sure to use code PROFESSIONALCASUAL at checkout at monumenthobbies.com. That'll get you 5% off your order, 10% off your first order, and help support the network directly. With that said, Adepticon has launched a new signature series for Pro Acryl. It's going to a great cause as well. If you're unfamiliar, Fort Wapple, Jim and Kathy Wapple have done incredible work for the hobbying community for years. And that any profits from the Adepticon Signature Series are going to be going to a grant program. So for people that are displaced, have lost their job, have had some medical stuff come up that can't afford to go to a convention like Adepticon, you'll be able to apply for a grant, and we'll have some of that cost removed as part of that grant. So it's a great cause. It's a great paint line, and that satin black I've only heard incredible things about. So yeah, super dope. Guys, thank you. Oh,
you do know a lot about painting though, right?
What's that?
Like you know a lot about painting though, right?
Oh, a ton.
Yeah,
like a lot.
I mean, I've heard a lot about your excellent paint jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, like I said, I've heard that the satin black is very good. I spent 3 hours on Friday trying to paint the Dark Troopers and the Death Trooper. And after 3 hours, it looked like they had just been primed. So, we got a lot of work to do.
They got black armor, so it all works out.
That's right. They were gray at the end of it somehow, but we'll get there. But once again, huge thank you to Shaper. Make sure to be following us on all the socials, all that good stuff, and Frontline Gaming. If you use the link that's been popping up in chat today, you'll help support the network directly, whether you're buying event tickets, miniatures, paints, terrain, mats, whatever, anything from Frontline. Help support us directly as well. We're going to be at the Atlantic City Open in June. We're also going to be at Ironweld in early June. This weekend, however, May 11th, we're going to be running an affiliation battle for MCP at the Art Store in Syracuse, New York. So make sure to sign up for that. The affiliation battle is what a lot of people say the way to play MCP. So it's going to be an absolute blast. That's the 3rd one we've run there. It's also going to be the first qualifier that we're running for the new East Coast convention tournament or convention circuit for Marvel Crisis Protocol. The event will be happening next year, but qualifiers are running now. We can only run 2 at each location, so if you're considering joining the East Coast tournament circuit for MCP, the Art Store this weekend is going to be a great place to qualify for that. All right, guys, I will see you in just a couple hours for some Marvel Crisis Protocol. Enjoy.
That'll do it. And just drinks. let's be a little bit.
Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
That's good, Dr. D. I don't know if you can hear those redemptions coming through Charles, but Dr. D's was, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
Oh, is he gonna buy this, play that, play this, play this? Today where we interviewed Tim Simpson and Mike Tisdale, some of the head TOs that have been there the longest outside of Charles. Those are the three that did MCP the first year, and they've been there every year since at Adepticon. So we had a great talk about that, talked about the new venues, how the events went, and what we're excited for. It is you!
That's me. That's you. What's up, Tim Simpson?
All right.
Lowercase Tim.
Let's... Uncle Tim.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
Uncle Tim.
Uncle Lowercase Tim. I rolled my thing. I got a crit and 2 hits.
Here?
What? That's crazy.
As
Can
far
I
as
choose to not have priority?
No.
I know, we go over that every time.
As far as my roster, we were running Winter Guard, led by Crimson Dynamo. We also have Domino, Crimson Dynamo, and Domino.
Crimson Domino.
Sapek's brother, Apex Tooth.
What?
Bullseye, and Gwenpool. As far as tactics cards, we have, they say keep your enemies close, Exceptional Healing, Sovereign Strike, Recal, and Patch Up.
I just realized they're all long movers except for Corvus Glaive too.
Yeah.
This is a good list. Good job, Peter.
Yep.
That's almost Pat. Sure, let's kill it. That's a decision, right? They moved the dumpster inside? Yeah. It sits behind the counter and changes the prices. Boom, boom.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie, an ice cream sundae, and a lemon cheesecake. I thought to myself that the streets seemed oddly deserted.
All right, no minimum fishing requirement for this, or I need a...
Hey, Dr. D, host of Erecting.
Your success to me. Therefore, you must suffer a joke. I lost Kara's audiobook before I could hear the whole thing, and now I'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Don't hate it.
To Peter Qual. I'm gonna go tinkle and make a new beverage. And I'll be right back. What can we afford? Anything? Not really. Okay. I'll be right back soon.
Hey Tim, I was looking forward to how great this great stream was going to be since we continue to find ourselves in this position of greatness where you play a game that the rest of the great world has given up on. To celebrate, I bring a joke. Walking home last night, I passed a slice of apple pie. Tom, I know you are dumb, so I will give you some advice. Something my uncle used to tell me was that you should always fight fire with fire. He was a smart man, but a terrible firefighter.
That's good, Dr. D. I don't know if you can hear those redemptions coming through Charles, but